Bro4 Squad is coming. Welcome into the Bro4 Squad podcast, and we're coming at you live from Titan, here to give you another world-famous movie commentary on the Avengers Infinity War. We have our movies paused at roughly the 10-second mark, right before the Marvel Studios little montage thing comes up. As you guys get synced up with us, we're going to go around the starship.
Sure.
We're going to go around the Wakanda in Battlefield.
We were fine with Starship,
but while you're ahead,
we're gonna come at you live from a dead star,
and you're behind now. So
all right. Anyway, we're coming at you from somewhere to give you this movie commentary. I'm Brian Banner, as always, the Mad Scientist. To my right, we have the mayor himself, Jeff Hornacek. Now, Horns, I know that you recently tried to reconcile with your wife. How did that go?
Well, she tried to reconcile with me, and when she pulled up after she had broken up with that orthodontist David, I stepped out into the front yard and I quoted Tony Stark from this movie, and I said, "Bitch, Earth is closed today." She just kept on driving.
Nice. And to his right, we have our enforcer in the paint, Matthew F. Geiger. Now, Geiger, I remember when you saw this movie in theaters, You kind of pointed to me and you said, you know what? This Thanos guy, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Can you explain how you relate to him so well?
I mean, anyone that just goes and just shows someone their dick and then just takes over the whole thing goes up a ton of points in fucking my book. It's awesome. I think Thanos should run for president in the United States. I think that'd be a downwards move for him, though, since he's taken over the whole world. He'd just take over one of the most powerful nations. But I'm totally in for him, for sure. And he's purple. Sign me up.
You heard her here first, guys. Thanos 2020. All right, again, we have our movies paused at roughly the 10-second mark. Got to find my remote. And we're going to hit play in 3, 2, 1. Play.
So
I fucking hate this, guys. I mean, I know that it's cool because they can do it, but I don't like this.
They
I
still
like the
do
old
the
one
comic
better.
book, though. Merry Christmas, by the way, to everyone out there watching this on Netflix. Hope you're having fun unwrapping your presents. Hope you got the shit you wanted. If not, the person who didn't get it for you, cut them out of your life, whether they're family or not.
Yeah, just quit Christianity if you didn't get what you wanted.
Now, before we get started, I want to preface this with something. Go listen to our Avengers Infinity War review, where Geiger and I have one of our most intense debates ever on the podcast. But I would like to make a truce to you, Geiger, before the pod gets torn apart like this Asgardian rescue vessel. I think that was one of our great conversations, and that's why we have the pod, because we have different opinions. So keep that up, but I would like to make a truce to you to not kill each other during this podcast tonight.
I reject that truce. I want you guys to fight tonight.
I'm not offering the truce.
Because
to you,
90% of your guys' argument wasn't on pod. We recorded it, but we didn't publish it. And that was some of the best shit we've ever had.
Banner, your hair, sorry to, Matt, I'll let you talk in just a sec, reminds me of Heimdall's right now when he braids it.
I don't really remember said conversation because I was really hammered, but I'm going to say what I feel in this movie. I remember what it was about. It was about the ending. I do remember that.
So a lot of critics panned the opening to this, saying that it makes no sense unless you have just seen Thor Ragnarok, because for the first time really in a Marvel movie, this picks up like seconds after another one that's not related. Like it doesn't pick up before Avengers Age of Ultron. And I think that this was the first time that Marvel was really like, hey, these are 22 connected movies. Here's our fucking balls on the table, and we're assuming that you've seen Thor if you're going to come watch this.
I also think this, we say it, if we haven't said it 1,000 times, we've said it at least sometimes. A movie, the first scene of a movie doesn't have to be the best scene, but it's got to set a tone. This fucking sets a tone.
Oh, yeah.
The Russo
I love
brothers,
how they just didn't fuck around either. Like right out of the bat, they gave you Thanos, and Thanos' little henchman, who's I think
The Black Order
transitioning during the whole movie. Yeah, he's fucking awesome in this.
Yeah, they're figuring some shit out.
The only thing I don't like, I would have loved to see them just, even if it was an end credit scene to Black Panther or something, them just laying waste to the Nova Corps.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But we don't, obviously we don't
runs-
get that.
If Thanos runs for president 2020, you think Trump would be like, I like my villains with all the stones, not just one. What could he give him shit about?
That's probably the only thing. They'd probably find some old tweets of Thanos's.
Absolutely. Thanos like went to a Benghazi Christmas party, was getting chummy with him or something.
His date took him. What do you want him to say?
He didn't even know where he was going.
The Russo brothers did confirm that Valkyrie and Korg escaped the ship, and that we will probably see them in Avengers Endgame.
Probably? God. Come on.
You think Hemsworth lifts?
Nah. Only chest day.
So we've seen a lot of movies like that when someone's torturing them and, they won't really say where, like, the thing is. If I got tortured the first time, I mean, they would just probably, like, twist my pinky. I'm like, dude, it's in the fucking closet. I will take you there.
They just have to
Hold
say...
my hand like a small child. I will show you exactly where it's at.
What's the line Weasel has in Deadpool 2? He tortured me, but don't worry. I told him everything he wanted to know.
Not only would I tell him that, I'd also tell him, who I liked in, like, the fucking San Francisco Giants versus the St. Louis Cardinals game. Like, I think they'll cover. I really do.
I like that line.
Short day's rest?
I like that line. Loki goes, but we have a Hulk. Because that shit was used on him.
I love how Obsidian Prime is like...
You were about to say Ebenezer Scrooge, weren't you?
Well, I was going to say Ebony Maw is one of the members of the Black Order, and so's Obsidian Prime, so I got them confused.
I like Ebenezer Scrooge better.
Hulk is like me drunk, but fighting someone, but then this is me sobering up, so I'm like, oh, you can actually kick my ass?
Yeah.
Like, you get the first punch in, and then you're like, I'm actually too drunk to fight, though.
It was like, usually after the first couple punches, they just kind of fall down. I didn't really know you had stamina and could dodge some punches, so...
This is what Marvel has to do, though, to show us why Thanos is the most feared person in the Marvel Universe. Kills pretty much all the Asgardians, beats the shit out of Hulk, beats the shit out of Thor, kills Loki, kills Heimdall.
And we're 3 minutes into the movie?
Yeah. And he already has the Power Stone, so he probably raped and pillaged on Xandar. Emphasis on the raped.
Yeah, he definitely got his. Glenn Close is going to call him up.
Rainbow Bridge, got to represent.
Someone's got some loud volume going on.
This is like when your friend is trying to bang that chick and her ugly friend isn't letting you, and you order them an Uber. You order them an Uber home, and then she walks up like, "What the fuck did you just do?" And you got to take it for him. Yeah, because like a lot of people, and again, this is such a stupid fucking complaint because that's why this movie's so cool. 22 films have led into it, but people watched it and they were complaining like, why does Thor have an eye patch? Why does he have short hair? Why is he with the Hulk? Like, dude, don't fucking go see this movie if you didn't see the movies leading up to it.
You don't have to see all 22. You just have to see one of those 22. Although you don't understand, you won't, if you haven't seen half of the movies leading up to this, you won't understand 3/4 of this movie, if not the whole thing.
You can't just skip to chapter 22 when you open up a fucking book and be like, I don't get it. I mean, you got to read the other shit.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
Unless you're a junior in high school and have a book report to do tomorrow. I'm just throwing it out there.
Just leave the clip notes and listen to us more and smoke pot every day.
Do all three of those things. I did love how each time he got one of the gauntlets, it was like he just injected his ass with steroids. He's like, ah!
You think when Thanos proposed to his fiance, she's like, this is it. This is the biggest rock you can get. You got fucking 5 on your knuckles, and you couldn't get a bigger rock than that.
He's like, but I got you the band that you wanted.
I went to K Jeweler. That was the biggest one they had. What do you want me to do? Go to another planet, destroy it, and take the rock?
He's like, I got upsold into this anyway. Like, it'd be nice if you appreciated it a little bit. Plus, it's not about the ring. It's about what it symbolizes. She's like, oh, shut up. It's about the ring. The way these people bow to him, it's like when you buy shots to some stranger at the bar. Like, yeah, man, whatever you want.
This would be all us, too. If a robber went in the Bro 4 Squad house and they killed Banner and Jeff, I would go to the... I mean, you guys are already dead.
Then when he's like, I have some experience on Earth, he's like, if by experience you mean failure. It's like when your friend who just got dumped is trying to give you girl advice. Like, hey, man, maybe like you step back for just a second.
If we're ever in a situation like this, I think we can all agree Bro 4 Squad is not together as a team. We're all looking out for ourselves, right?
Absolutely. Cycling would be the first one out the door running out.
Cycling was with Valkyrie and Korg. I call Hulk in the Rainbow Bridge.
The way foreshadowing here, don't you see Korg saving Tony Stark in Endgame?
No, only because I think I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
But that would be kind of cool.
He's like, hey, mate. So you got here all alone.
Looks like your ship's out of gas.
Want to get on our ship?
Yes, I haven't eaten in 4 days. That'd be kind of nice. You look like you skipped a meal.
That's cool. We just ordered pizza.
I would love some pizza.
Gonna have a slice.
Even though he's with Pepper, he'd probably try to bang Valkyrie.
I know this had to happen, and I was cheering for it. I wanted people to die so the stakes would be higher. But I had to say, like, once some of them started falling, I'm like, God, I really liked him or her in a lot of the stuff.
And the Russos have confirmed Loki is dead. So if he's in Endgame, which they flash back to the Battle of New York, that's what it is, a flashback. And I know people out there are like, oh, well, Tom Hiddleston's in the Disney Plus show, the Loki show. Yeah, but that's been confirmed as a flashback, too. And I think this would be awesome. I think it's going to take place during the time when Thor was on Earth and he was ruling Asgard. How fun would that be? Once he leaves, Thor was like, I was about to whoop his ass.
No, that's when you're bloody as fuck at the bars. Like, you see him leave like a little fucking bitch, because if you would have came back, would have knocked his ass
pussy,
out.
Bro. Yeah, he hit my friend, but that's because I was in the bathroom.
As a directing style here, there's a lot of scenes here that are so, comic-esque, kind of like him over Loki's dead body. You see a lot of those scenes in comics that, they're over their dead body, kind of not crying, but kind of, hysteria. That was a great fucking directing scene right there.
And then him sending Hulk to the Time Stone, super smart.
Yep.
In the comics, this is Silver Surfer.
Correct. I love how Wong is broke as fuck just trying to mooch. I'll tell the guys at the deli to make you a... What?
I left my beer on the other side of the room. I'll be right back.
All right,
See you later.
$1.50, Wong. What's that going to get you? In New York? A tuna melt does sound good, actually. Again, the same fucking critics are like, we don't understand Doctor Strange. Like, bro, what do you want me to do?
Was critics hard on this movie?
On the first act, they were like, it's so confusing. Like, how does Spider-Man know these people? And I was like, dude, how does Doctor Strange have the time stone? I'm like, dude, we can't explain that in this movie.
There's 20 movies, man. You gotta watch
That's
them.
why this is so fucking cool. There's a deleted scene on the Blu-ray that I have right here where Happy Hogan pulls up in a golf cart and he's like, don't worry, I'm running security on the perimeter. Already took 3 paparazzi cell phones. And he like speeds off.
I love how Tony's just like, him and Pepper like work out together, of course,
Yeah, they're one of those fun millennial couples. Although they're 55.
Do you think she ever like kind of twirls his little thing on his chest? Be like, so how many girls do you think you've been with? Like, let's not do this right now.
He almost went 12 for 12 technically last year in the.
Oh yeah, with the Playmates of the Year.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think Gwyneth Paltrow still looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, she looks great.
Yeah, she's batshit fucking crazy, but I mean, She's still
Because she
hot.
named her daughter Apple. Is that what?
What?
Is she a Scientologist, or is because she named her daughter Apple? I don't know anything about Gwyneth Paltrow at all.
I know she was married to Chris Martin from Coldplay for a while.
Yeah.
She's like super strict with her kids about what they can and can't eat. Like you can have 3 nuts, and that's it.
But yeah, if your name's Apple, I can imagine. So Morgan in the comics, they actually do have a kid named Morgan, which is kind of interesting.
As also true.
You sell tickets to something? Having lived in New York, that's a legitimate question to ask someone in this costume in the park. Normally these guys in New York try to take fucking pictures with you and they're like, that's $5. Like, I didn't ask for that.
Dude, if you're dating a chick for 2 weeks and you're into these movies, you take her to this would be a nightmare. So who's that? Why is he here? Why is he a magician?
Yeah. You know what? Yes, he is. Look at that couch.
I bet that couch is deceivingly comfy.
A lot of fucking goes on in that couch.
You can still see the cum stains on it. Wong probably has gotten down on that so many times.
And you know he won't clean up after himself. He's like, I'll get it in the morning.
Couch I cut sushi on, but I also fuck on it. So.
It's versatile. See, this, as far as exposition, this was the best we could hope for. They're going to explain the Infinity Stones, but then we got fucking like 16 lead characters we got to throw in this and badass action scenes. Let's fucking take a shot and get right into it.
And if you want to know more about the Infinity Stones, you have to watch a previous movie because Guardians of the Galaxy literally explains all of this in greater detail.
Yeah, how many times can we explain them to people? Tana's like, Banner's talking about Thanos. Like, he fucked the whole Pi-Phi sorority at Oregon State.
It was insane.
Jesus, there's like 32 of them.
The hottest chick wouldn't talk to anyone, and he fucked her and never called her again, Tony. We have to take care of this guy. Also, he might destroy the world.
It's like, well, I might actually have to call Steve Rogers then if he fucked the whole Pi-Phi sorority.
Like every one of them. Like
that junior class was notoriously...
Even Julia? Yeah.
No, not Julia. She's dating Trevor.
What Trevor doesn't know doesn't matter.
Trevor was at his grandfather's wake that weekend.
Oh yeah, may he rest in peace. Ben and Jerry's they should release Stark Raving Hazelnuts and Holka Holka Fudge or whatever.
Did you see Thanos in college? He like rushed a fraternity, they didn't let him in. So once he came back to Earth, he's like, "So you want to kill the Guardians?" Like, nah. First, we need to go to Alpha Gamma Alpha.
And he's like, "What's up now, bitches?" And he chugs a couple beers, smashes them.
Hey, it's that purple guy my older brother didn't let in.
Banner's like, "I've seen some shit, man."
If Thanos did come and take over the world, LeBron would probably try to trade jerseys with him, though, still.
So would Kate.
KD would be like, yeah, so I'm on your team, right? How do I get... How am I one of these black children people of yours?
KD would have to wait till Thanos beat his team first, and then he would...
Thanos is like, I don't know, man. My team's already pretty stacked. We got like 4 All-Stars that can kill anyone in the world. It's like, well, make it 5.
So the Tony and Steve feud from Civil War, it'd be interesting to see if the Stephen A. Smith show was still around, would he had each of them on? Because he would have Tony on and be like, I think Cap is out his damn mind. His best friend killed your parents. And then he'd have Cap on and be like, what's Tony so mad about?
I talked to Tony Stark's stepfather last night, and he told me that Tony is out of his damn mind.
The Winter Soldier, who is a close personal friend of mine, was brainwashed.
The Winter Soldier, who I had tea and crumpets and brunch with yesterday morning, is out of his fucking mind if he doesn't think Tony Stark is going to be the man that leads us in this. Well, that'd be a great first take topic.
I would love that.
What if Steve just or Tony just texts Steve, you up?
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, ... And
then he says, hey, with an exclamation mark.
Or no, then it's like, hey, this is Natasha. Steve is working out right now.
Question still
working
stands.
out, you mean lifting weights? No, he's just behind me.
That's the thing with flip phones. You didn't have like a passcode, somebody could just fucking flip it open, and there are you.
Yeah.
I love how we get right into the action here. To see these four together.
Was this my best scene? Because this is a great scene.
We do this every fucking commentary that we also do a review on. We don't listen to the review, so we have no idea what we said.
I
I can't wait till I meet an actual fan in public. Like, dude, I agree with your best scene from Avengers Infinity War. Like, I don't even remember what.
Totally.
Like, yeah, I'll sign your girlfriend's tits.
But then he told you what it is, and you're like, why the fuck did I say that? That's like my 8th
That's a
best scene.
terrible scene.
Must have been high. You said it on pod. Oh, okay. Well, that explains it.
Jesus Christ.
This is
honestly,
some good graphics here too.
Oh yeah. This is just a slow Tuesday though in Brooklyn, trust me. I guarantee you the falafel stand is not going to close down. He's like, it's lunch. Oh yeah. First time we've seen the spider sense. Fans loved that. They showed this at Comic-Con.
This is in the trailer, which is just awesome.
I love how Ned, I love his cameo. He's like, I got you. I'll just have everyone panic.
I know these movies are big overseas too. Why would anyone want to go to New York? In every fucking movie, New York just gets fucking trounced on everywhere.
Exactly.
That's true.
And here comes rest in peace, Stan Lee.
Wow.
Great
man.
Stan Lee. Hey, cheers.
That is what an old man would say. Have you never seen a spaceship before? Yeah, critics were like, "What? Why is Spider-Man? How does he know Tony?" Like, dude, if you haven't seen the movie, again, fuck off.
That's the thing. This isn't this movie. This is an experience. This is a...
Can you imagine as a director to do this when the Russos came in, they were like, Jesus Christ, all this shit has to make... All right, we'll figure it out somehow.
What's more impressive than just... I know all these movies connect, and that's fucking awesome, but more is impressive that look at all the people on the screen right now. All their movies were fucking good, too.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
honestly...
Like, all of them were good.
What's more of a testament is that all of their individual stories, and you have to take like Tony Stark, the trilogy, all three of them together, and the Thor movies all together as one, but they were all great individual stories. Yeah. This movie is actually not good as an individual story. This is a great cap to all of those stories. And that's what makes this so... I mean, I think, Jeff, you said it on the review, and if you didn't, I know we talked about this off pod. This is a cinematic event of a lifetime. It's never been done and probably will never be done again.
This is probably Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, for sure, depending on what Endgame does.
God, I really wanted Hulk to come out here, but I kind of get it. Also, if you look at Cole Obsidian, the big fella next to him, he has a sash around his waist with the Captain Marvel logo, which means that she has bested him in battle and forces him to wear that.
Are we going to get that in Captain Marvel, which looks fucking terrible, by the way?
I'm not that excited for it, but I'm in love with Brie Larson, so she told me.
Well, that's because you're sexist, so.
You're a disgusting pig.
Sure.
We've all had performance issues, though, here with Banner. Like Banner does.
Yeah,
I keep getting
like
confused.
A pill that'll make the Hulk come out whenever he wants.
I keep getting confused because I think whenever you say Banner, you're talking about me, but you're not.
I'm not, no.
Yeah, I keep getting confused. Love the nanotechnology here.
Yeah, this is the bleeding edge armor from the comics.
Yeah.
God, and then when fucking Spider-Man shows up, I was literally like, this movie in the first 20 minutes has already given me more joy than 8-year-old Jeff ever could have comprehended he would have in his life.
Jeff climaxed so many times in the theater. I was there right beside him.
And Marvel, I know it's debatable like how much humor they put in their films, how much levity, but you kind of have to make fun of some of it. Like when Peter shows up here in a second and asks about Doctor Strange and the Black Order here, he's like, yeah, that guy is here to steal a necklace from a wizard.
Yeah.
Basically, like, it's a little ridiculous, but that's what's happening.
That's exactly what's happening.
See, I would have liked to see the first Avengers have this villain.
Yeah, that would be cool.
He's honestly really good.
I was like, is your friend going to join us? Now, again, Tony signed the accords, so he's legally allowed to do this. Doctor Strange, although I don't think the government knows about him, is breaking them right now.
That's some good CGI right there.
Yeah, that's some of the best stuff where he like half hulks out.
This is just like me, you know. And just like, let me just think of a bunch of cheerleaders. Give me a second here. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm on a field trip.
Field trip, so I could skip it. It's totally fucking chill. I'm not missing a test or anything. Love this from the comics too. Peter and Tony's fight in Central Park.
They did a really good job with what they had of adapting the story. I don't think it's a good enough adaptation of the comics as Logan was from Old Man Logan, but I think they did very well with the resources and the tools that they had.
And like Geiger was saying, the portal spell that Doctor Strange did, we saw that all in his movie, so you know well about that.
But I don't understand it.
It is true though. If you just go to this movie like, yeah, I've seen the first Iron Man, and I think I've seen one of the Captain Americas. Oh, I saw
Thor too.
Yeah, I should be good. I'm like, no, dude, you're not.
And that's a double-edged sword. You know, like it's cool for the comic book fans, but for the casual fan, I guess just enjoy it for all the characters on screen.
For me, this all holds a kind of a personal thing because one of the first movies that me and my wife actually watched together as a couple was Iron Man. And we, throughout our relationship over the past 10 years, have gone and seen all these movies in theaters and have watched them all together. So as our relationship grew, so did the MCU. But, you know.
Was that when it came out on DVD?
It's 2008, 2009.
Jesus Christ,
yeah.
You could go. That was like, oh my God. I remember the girl I watched that with, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah, she's dead now, probably.
Yeah, probably.
If she's listening to this.
If you're listening to it, subscribe. But
yeah, I mean, don't be an animal. The CGI is incredible here. Wong right here gets an invite to Tony Stark's wedding for this work. You got to think though, if that thing would have attacked Banner, he would have hulked out, right? Like he's not going to die. He's got to have.
Well, yeah, because Banner's put a bullet in his mouth and shot it, and Hulk spit it out. So
right,
he's just not being aggressive enough to get Hulk out. He doesn't want Hulk to come out, really. It's kind of like trying to quit smoking cigarettes. You're not going to really quit till you want to quit.
Ebony Maw with Doctor Strange looks like Bill Cosby taking his date home. Dude's just passed out. He's fucking walking in like, we're good to go.
She's just rolling her in on a stretcher.
Too bad those women didn't have the time stone, you know? Pete's like, God, this is great. I don't have to go to the fucking Museum of Modern History.
Let me tell you, in high school, there's times I'd rather be on a fucking alien spaceship than 8th period.
Heard that.
For sure.
The Iron Spider had to do it. Didn't get it in Civil War, so it's nice to get it now.
Can I say I'm not a fan?
Yeah, I don't really like it that much either. But again, if you're,
I like the traditional Iron Spider suit, the gold and red one. I don't like this one.
It's the thing though. Whenever some of this stuff happens in theaters, you ever think like you look around, you're like, dude, some of these people don't even understand how kind of badass this is. Like, oh, so he's got a different suit. Like, what does that suit do?
Yeah,
people don't understand what is going on.
Kind of the point of Thanos is like you got to pull out all the stops too. So like that's his best suit. We got to fucking go with our fastball. I've pretended this has happened to me sometimes when I didn't want to talk to a girl on the phone. I think I'm losing you, probably because I'm going into outer space. You swear? Yeah, babe, it's me.
Of course. I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm sorry, I'm going to save the universe. Bye. So the plan here is he sends Ebony Maw and Obsidian, to get the Time Stone. Then he sends Proxima Midnight, and I can't remember the name of the fourth member of the Black Order, to get the Mind
The
Stone.
Mind Stone, yes.
And they're going to meet him on Titan, right? That's both of their plans.
That is their plan.
Wong's like, I ordered a pizza that's going to be here in 10 minutes, so fuck this.
We need the time stone, dude, because I'd be like, hey, Banner, man, I'm at this party. It's pretty sweet. Really? And I just go to the time stone. It's like, see, look at all these fucking chicks, dude. Come on. You just jump in the fucking hole.
God, the Guardian. I mean, this is what's cool about this, dude. The fucking Guardians of the Galaxy are in this movie with the Avengers, which is awesome.
I like how they brought the essence of what the Guardians are into this too, with the music.
Yeah.
We just get a taste of it, and people are like, "Oh shit, that's cool." But unless you've seen the other two Guardians, you really don't understand what that means.
What's your favorite version of Groot? Because Teenage Groot has a pretty interesting dynamic to him.
I like Teenage Groot the best, I think, but I think the masses are gonna like Baby Groot the best.
Yeah. Of course, Jackson Maine voicing Rocket Raccoon.
You ever just wish like you'd meet a chick that was painted green because it's like way
Dude, you
hotter
have
now?
such a
why
hard on.
is it
Why?
so hot? I don't get it.
Why is it? Am I sick or is it like? Can you comment below and make sure? Because I think I'm a sick fucking person, but I don't
Honestly,
think
though, you could paint Zoe Saldana any fucking color you want, and yeah,
She's in Avatar too, right?
yeah, she has to be.
Yeah, so she's blue in Avatar.
I think she's hotter painted green though than she is any other color. It's weird.
You got some acorns on you, kid. Fuck. I'm assuming he said, "Fuck you, Dad."
Thank you, Dad. He's probably listening to Good Charlotte too, right?
I can't wait for like senior citizen Groot though.
That's a good one. Where he's
That'd
like
be a good one.
goes to bed at 7:30 so that he can wake up at 4.
He's having dinner at 3:30 in the afternoon.
This is like when you tailgate before an 11 a.m. football game, and then you go home afterwards. Like, we'll just take a quick nap and go back out. This is what it looks like.
This is one of my favorite scenes too.
Oh yeah.
Where they talk about his body the whole time.
He's like, stop massaging his muscles. Of course, Quill, when he went I won't like quote it because it's about to happen, but where him and Thor are having like the competition over
The man off who has the biggest dick.
whose life has been more tragic with their families. They're like recounting all their movies and all their family members who have died and how.
I love. He's like, all right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna buy a Bowflex.
I'm gonna get some dumbbells, and Rocket goes, "You know you can't eat dumbbells, right?"
That's one of the greatest conversations ever. When you're at a bar with a friend eating pizza, like, dude, I'm serious. This is my last fucking cheat meal. Tomorrow, I'm gonna lose like fucking 20 pounds.
It's a paleo diet, man.
If
Yeah,
it's not a plant or it doesn't walk like an animal, I'm not gonna fucking eat
And
it.
it doesn't touch this tongue, is what I'm telling you. This scene at Comic-Con, people were like losing their shit just seeing him with the Guardians.
And when they played it at Comic-Con, he had both eyes, right? Because they played it before Ragnarok came out.
Yeah, they didn't want to spoil it.
Well, he's like, who's the green bitch?
What's your name? Hi, I'm
Is
Thor.
she single?
Or not. Fuck, after Hemsworth cut his hair, it doesn't matter. It's like, I'll take some soup. Sounds like my kind of guy.
It's so weird to think that Jason Momoa's up for
Drax.
and didn't get it and was pretty disappointed, and now he's, way better than that. He's making way more money being Aquaman.
Just shows you everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. I think he'd be good at Drax, but I think Batista, that's his speed. He's a terrible actor. I'm a WWE fan. He was like a mid-level wrestler. I know he was in the main event picture, but he wasn't ever somebody that was going to stick around for a long period of time. His routine got really stale. Like, this is his speed. But Momoa's kind of meant for more shit than this.
Oh, yeah.
He's a great character and stuff, but
I love her. It's like, it's not a competition, but if it is, I were to be winning because my father killed my mother, which is much harder to deal with than losing a half-sister.
yeah.
Probably even harder than having to kill a half-sister.
The best thing from this movie was the set photos of all of them just like partying at a bar and shit. Like they had so much fun filming this movie.
Oh my god, I know. You're impersonating the God Man. This is my voice. Guys, I've always fucking talked like this. Have you not been paying attention?
Isn't it insane that in this scene you got all these actors, but you also got Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel?
I know. It's kind of fucking stupid to think how much talent.
I mean, yeah, and Vin Diesel.
Pratt's like leaning back so he's kind of the same height. He did it again.
This is me and Banner every time at the bar.
What? Just arguing at each other over nothing?
Just going toe to toe about who's the bigger man or who can take more shots.
And then
I always win.
And then Banner ends up
pizza.
Banner always ends up taking our pod and our raccoon.
I do have a thing for raccoons.
Nothing wrong
It
with
is
that.
a tricky thing. Like on Halloween, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go dress as the Crow, and maybe you could go dress as Gamora when you tell your girl. Like, how does that make sense? It just does.
It's a connected universe, babe. You wouldn't understand.
Time and might to safe on Earth and with the Avengers. The Earth's mightiest heroes.
Geiger, is it Jeff or is it you?
No, it's not mine. It's Jeff's. I'm pretty sure.
Fucking Hornacek.
Therefore, it's going to nowhere.
Yeah, you know what? It's not. I don't think it's necessarily only the purple or the green on her, but also like that reddish purplish hair is getting me going.
Don't always listen to women, ladies. Like, men don't mind when you have purple hair. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anytime I think I'm fucking a superhero, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean,
if
even if
fucking X-Men, fine.
I would argue X-Men have some of the hottest chicks in it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Except for that I'm the captain. That's my backpack.
So right here, they're splitting up. One of them's gonna go get his hammer back, and the others are gonna go to Titan.
What kind
Yep.
of weapon are we talking
That's
about here?
perfect. This is like driving me nuts how loud his shit is.
Should be lacking strength to wield them. Your bodies would crumble as your minds collapse into the abyss.
We don't go to nowhere.
I think it's because his microphone's picking up the.
I bet it is. Is he taking a shit right now? He's been gone for a while.
I don't know.
The Mantis is the dumbest fucking character I've ever seen in my life.
What?
I hate the Mantis.
She's just kind of funny.
No, she's not funny at all. You're part of the problem.
See, Banner, we need the Mantis so we can bring our wives there and they have something to do while we watch it.
I guess.
Because when we're like, oh my god, all these scenes were like taking the page off the comic and shit, it'll be like, oh, I thought the Mantis.
I literally can't hear anything you're saying.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Finally, you need to turn your.
Yeah, we just heard everything from the movie
You need
picking
to
up
turn
on your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry you had to listen to Avengers Infinity War on our commentary
Well,
of
we're gonna get
Avengers
sued from it,
Infinity
so
War.
Cycly can fucking. Wait, one of the chicks that killed Heath Ledger's on the TV screen.
No. That's their
Don't
sister.
falsely accuse her. Dude, okay, quick digression. There is like a real group of people on the internet that think that Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen are one person. I'm like, dude, there's a million photos of them together. They've been in movies together.
I have legit been in love with them since I was like 2 years old. I called them the two shells.
Mary-Kate's hot, Ashley isn't.
Give me
Now,
4 beers,
yes.
maybe like a mozzarella stick platter. I will listen to your argument on that.
Cycly have this joke that we think Mary-Kate's hot, but Ashley isn't, since they're identical twins.
They're not anymore though, because one of them got Botox and the other one didn't.
That's true. Elizabeth Olsen, though, is super fucking hot.
She is. I would argue she's more talented than both of them as well.
Easily.
Is
It's
she
not even-
younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch Silent House with her. It'll scare the shit out of you. And then you guys have to watch Wind River with her and Jeremy.
I love how Vision just is like talking about the Liverpool game all the time.
Did you see it? The foul they called in the box, Wanda. It was egregious. What have I missed all
They
the
don't go together at all. This is the only problem I have with these movies, Jeff. Is that all the relationships are so forced. Even like ScarJo relationship is forced with the Hulk too. It's really forced. Like I don't believe any of them.
Okay, I definitely agree with ScarJo and the Hulk, but this one you've complained a lot that they don't match the comics. In the comics, Scarlet Witch and Vision have 2 kids together.
I understand.
And they've been building this relationship over multiple movies. ScarJo and the Hulk, it was like, oh, hey, we're going to throw this into one movie, and then we never visit it again.
It's like the chick that was like, hey, we've been friends since high school. Maybe we should go to the sock hop. But this was my favorite scene because I fucking hate Vision.
Also, for those at home saying Paul Bettany could never bag someone as hot as Elizabeth Olsen, he's married to Jennifer Connelly in real life. So somehow he can get hot chicks to go for him. This scene is fucking awesome, I think.
This is where you really, like, I love how in Age of Ultron, you kind of see her powers. Civil War, you really see it more. And then now she's like, all right, I know how to fucking use my powers. I know what's up.
Her brother's dead, right? In this?
Yes.
Yeah,
Quicksilver.
Which sucks. I love Quicksilver, but
Don't worry.
Actually,
He's in the
kinda
X-Men movies, so it's fine.
I do kind of like what Fox did with him, actually. I think
I think Marvel saw that and they were like, all right, well, we just need him to introduce Scarlet Witch, but that's probably a better version than what we had planned. I was in the theater with Geiger and he's like, kill Vision. No one fucking cares.
Kill him. I wanted them to kill him in a sweater vest, though, like he did the whole time.
First, let me put on my formal wear.
I was like, Vision, do you have a mixer to go to after this? Like, why are you wearing something from Men's Warehouse right now?
You never know when a polo match will break out in the middle of the street.
He is English. Pretty sure that's just
Geiger,
what they do.
Gary, you talked about all the actors getting together. They filmed this in Glasgow, Scotland, and Chris Evans tweeted every night him and Anthony Mackie at the bar, like, we're assembling. I was like, God, I want to fucking do shots with you guys.
You know why? Because all these fucking actors have been on strict diets and shit and get to drink beer, and now they're on set and they just drink all the fucking time.
Exactly. This train scene is great. I loved how Cap has the beard and Black Widow has the blonde hair because they're in hiding.
I didn't like the blonde hair, but I like the beard and the longer hair.
He's like, well, if Hemsworth's going to fuck all the chicks, I might as well fuck the other 2% that he's leaving.
I don't know. I think when people saw the difference in the short-haired Thor and the bearded Cap, I would argue that the bitches gravitate towards the beard.
Banner, the chick who plays Proxima Midnight is on The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I know you watch that show.
Yeah, I watched it for a while.
I think Scarlet Witch could take these 2 motherfuckers, but whatever.
You think Hurricane actually watch these movies, or are they too busy throwing up in the toilet?
That, and I bet they're super jealous because they're chicks.
Well.
Cutest guest of all time.
Baby,
she might not talk.
Baby Banner, she'll eat the microphone, but she's just watching a little bit of women power here with ScarJo.
She'll fuck him up.
It's true. When she's older, it'll probably all be women superheroes.
Is that Baby Banner's first words on the podcast?
It might be.
Baby Banner, one day this is all going to be yours.
We get down. We've been watching some Disney movies.
If Cycly doesn't take it all from us, yeah.
That's true. If we can just protect it from Cycly just long enough for you to take over, we'll be fine.
I agree. Yeah. Proxima Midnight's like, get up. And he's like, I can't. That's your friend at the bar. And you're like, someone bought us shots. They're free. We have to take them.
You have to take them. You can't just let them go to waste.
Yeah, well, they're going to evaporate. I don't know if that's how quickly it works, but okay. I just watched The Night Before with Anthony Mackie, so to see him shooting people is kind of funny.
Does ScarJo just once go back redhead for these movies? Just please, just a request.
Okay, of all the movies that she's
How
been
hot
in,
is she in Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 2, she is the hottest that she's in
I
any of
love
them.
her haircut in Winter Soldier though, with like the bangs.
No,
I don't
dude.
know.
I don't
Iron Man
know,
2
dude.
is
Iron Man
honest, I've ever
2
seen.
with those
Good
tight
God.
curls.
I love the line in Iron Man 2. Tony's interviewing her and he goes to Miss Potts, "Who is she?" And Pepper Potts goes, "A potentially very expensive sexual harassment lawsuit."
I want one.
I want one. She speaks Latin. Do you speak Latin? No, it's a dead language. Well, she speaks it.
Well,
so.
she
Well,
speaks
she
it.
speaks it.
Like he needs someone who speaks fucking Latin.
So this is actually some still continued character development, which I thought was really cool because you really don't get a lot of character development with Thanos. And you know that there's a relationship between her and Gamora, but you don't understand it. We understand it now.
The Chitauri back from the first Avengers, which is cool.
That's cool.
Are we in majority here that any movie, I don't care if you're 22 movies in, if you want to do a cool flashback movie where you show us a little bit about a character and people get killed, we're all fucking for it.
I cannot
Of
think
course.
of a single time that I would be against that. It could be fucking Toy Story 4, and they could show Buzz Lightyear with Star Command killing those little green aliens. I'd be all about it. I love how Thanos is like, yeah, of course I want to murder half of the universe, but I also have a heart. I'm not an animal.
This is like every man on the first date. No, what? I don't want to have sex right away. I want to get to.
I need to get to know you. I need a personal connection.
While
Are
you're
people
saying
like
it, you're
that?
like burning down their fucking house.
You're deleting their number from your phone. Are people like that?
Disgusting.
I'm not even fucked up at all. Look, I'm about to give this 4-year-old a dagger.
It's a double-sided dagger. Darth Maul doesn't even know what to do with this.
It's safer because you can stab yourself from both ends. Well, that actually makes it sound more dangerous.
No, it's physics.
I love how Thanos looks. It's like, if I totally torture this girl in a couple years, she'll be the most feared fucking warrior ever.
And what I can do is I can adopt another sister that I abuse physically, and I'll just abuse this one mentally. That way, I'll scratch both itches that I have.
Yeah, that's two birds with two stones.
What if after this he pulls out one of those like birds, you know, where it balances on the beak? He's like, and I also have this I've been trying to get rid of for like 2 fucking weeks.
Congratulations, Thanos. You can rule the world, but you'll never host the Oscars. Not with that past.
Nope.
He
Unless
didn't
you
tweet
apologize.
about it, so it's fine.
We don't know that. Let me go back to 2009, his tweets while we're on this. When Thanos was 24 years old or whatever.
It was a
I was
misunderstanding.
24. I didn't even realize I was going to take over the world at that time.
If I would have known that I was going to collect all 6 Infinity Stones, I never would have said that stuff.
I was still trying to find myself, okay?
Thanos is like Urban Meyer in some 5-star recruit's bedroom giving her that dagger. Like, look, if the NCAA asks, I didn't give this to you. But man to man, I want you to have it.
You need it. You deserve it.
But also, if we lose 2 games, I might need to spend more time with my family.
Every guy's been in this position too, sitting Indian style in their bed, just listen to a chick talk. I'm like, yeah, that's terrible. So we gonna are we just gonna talk all night, or
Look, I got an itch and I need you to scratch it. Are we going to do this or I need to find somebody else?
She's like, I know where the Soul Stone is. He's like, are you on your period or something? You're like, okay, it's...
Look, I can get into some weird spiritual shit. I just need to know.
She's like-
am I going to get laid?
She's like, I actually just missed my period. He's like, well, if I need to, I will kill you, and just for you.
He's like, so you want me to you need to accidentally fall down some stairs? I can assist with that.
Wow, swearing on your mother? That's heavy shit, Gamora. We better do anal after this.
wouldn't Thanos be the father-in-law from hell?
So,
where do you see yourself 5 years? I don't know. I might catch my own ships. Like, I run the fucking world, and you're gonna captain a ship?
Gamora tells me you have your own internet company. What's that? It's actually a online brokerage firm, but yeah.
Startup. It's rising. So
We got some investors interested. Oh, so has anyone actually invested yet? Okay. Has anyone? It's pretty fucking new, so no.
Yeah. That's actually why I was here. Well, I thought you were just here for for Thanksgiving, but also to talk
That
to you
as well.
about a business proposal. I mean, it's going to help your company way more than it helps me.
You're getting in at the ground floor. This is as cheap as this stock is ever going to be. I'm telling you that right now.
Drax, I don't know. He was good in the first one. He's gone drastically downhill since then.
The one funny line he
Dave
has in this.
Bautista, he only has one thing. I don't know. He can't act.
Yeah, this isn't that funny, but the one really, really funny line he has is when they all end up on Titan, and he's like, "Where is Gamora?" And Tony goes, "I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora?" And Drax goes, "Why is Gamora?" I laughed pretty hard at that in the theaters.
Was
Glad we got
Momoa was up for Drax, right?
Yeah, they were
Dodged
the
a
last
fucking
two.
bullet there, right?
We just
Yeah.
talked about this for 10 minutes.
But we did. But at the time, like Momoa was.
Wait, we just talked about this?
Yeah, we did.
Where was I?
You were on the pod. It was
I
when they
think you're-
found
I don't remember this at all.
going
Like
back to
30 minutes ago.
going back to nowhere is like when you return to the
Well,
Hooters.
me and Jeff do the pod, rewind the recording, and just listen to it, and then
Yeah.
follow
Banner,
stuff.
use the time stone to go back to like the 20-minute mark when
When you weren't drunk.
I'm definitely drunk now.
again brief. I know, Geiger. I know you wanted more Del Toro, but it's just tough to squeeze him into this.
I like that we got Del Toro at all.
I like that he died
I
too.
could be on my honeymoon fucking my wife, and I want more Del Toro. But yeah, I understand.
The only reason I'm mad that the Collector died, not the only reason, but I really want the two Tavans together. I want him and the Grandmaster.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
we'll
be
have a
surprised if we
flashback.
get that. That right there would be like a straight to Disney Plus movie. I can't believe I just made that as a statement, but I could totally see that shit happening.
What girl hasn't said the line that he just, like when we're lying to them, he's like, "Why would I lie?" And Thanos goes, "I imagine it's like breathing to you." Drax has his own plans, as always. He's like, "I'm gonna blitz. It's second and long, man. Relax."
It's fine. Go big or go
Yeah.
home.
Prevent defense isn't in Drax's playbook.
High risk, high reward. He leads the league in sacks, but he also leads the league in most yards given up.
Yeah, it's a deceiving stat for sure. Mantis has a good skill set, though.
I fucking hate Mantis.
It's like a Bill Cosby kill set, like you said.
It definitely is. Del Toro's like, I actually heard that too.
Peter Quill's like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you, but also, can I take your daughter's hand in marriage? I'm kind of into her."
I know we have a lot to get to here, but Thanos is strong as fuck.
Dude, you don't get to where he's at without taking a few on the chin.
Yeah,
CGI on him looks incredible, we have to say.
or in the heart.
That too.
Do you think
I've
in
had-
20 years this won't hold up? The CGI.
I just can't imagine.
I can't
what
see
was
how it
better.
doesn't. It looks real. I never, like growing up, we saw CGI and everything. I never thought it looked real. I thought it looked good. This looks
Our dads
real.
were saying the same thing about Jaws, though. Like 70 years, that fish looks as real as a fucking fish ever looked. Okay.
What
I don't-
Gamora? What Gamora just did to Thanos, I've had chicks do worse to me. Women, they're
It's
animals.
such a woman thing to do. She stabs him in the heart and then cries for 20 minutes. Like,
Yeah, why are you sad? I'm bleeding out.
You know what else is a woman thing to do? Running out of gas.
The Collector took the under, so he's like, yeah.
Every time I see Del Toro's The Collector, it just reminds me of Max Shrek from Batman Returns.
Oh,
Just
dude,
in a-
that is his exact
that-
look. I bet that was the inspiration for it.
Yeah, just in a crazier kind of way, but
Oh shit! What is this?
I love Banner. You'll appreciate this, but I know Thor: The Dark World is like the redheaded stepchild of the MCU because it's like the second worst movie behind Iron Man 3. But
Arguably.
Wasn't a debate.
No. Iron Man
but-
3 is much better than Dark World.
yeah.
But I do love how they make the Reality Stone look the same as when Malekith was using it.
So he has a time stone here, right? That's why none of that
That's-
actually happened.
No, that's
Well,
the
that's the
reality
reality.
stone.
So he showed them.
Yeah,
a
oh,
thing
reality.
that
Yeah,
happened.
okay.
Or the Aether, with that possessed
Ether.
Jane Foster. Yeah,
She looks so fucking hot here. It's weird.
I know. He's like, yeah. So I actually already killed and burnt down Nowhere, but it was fun to play around, right?
That's why I hate when people are like, "Oh, because of my religion or the color of my skin." I was like, "No. Gamora's fucking green, and everyone wants to be with her. Like, you just got to overcome shit."
This is a direct rip from the comics. He does the same thing to Mantis and Drax, like shot for shot from the screen. It's to the page. It's pretty awesome. What does he call him? Grimace? I love this line.
My wife's a Baptist preacher's daughter. This is exactly how I asked for her hand in marriage.
You had to, right?
Yeah, you hold a
Yeah,
gun
I mean,
to
it's
him and say it's
religion.
gonna happen.
It's religion. You got to hold them at gunpoint.
Did you say I'm going to blow that nutsack of a chin right off your face to him also?
This is just a personal thing. I have a problem looking at anything that Chris Pratt does, and I not seeing him as what's his face from Parks and Rec, Andy Dwyer.
I've
Yeah,
never watched Parks and Rec.
I can't see him as anybody other than Andy Dwyer, and that's more on me because I think he's a phenomenal actor. I think he was good in Jurassic World. I think he's great in these. He's just still Andy Dwyer.
The only reason I can see him differently is because he transformed his body.
He
so
did
much.
transform his body. He lost legit 100 pounds.
So Office level, how good is that show? Parks and Rec. Because it's got a lot of good actors in it.
Probably half as good.
Yeah, half as good.
Really?
Maybe a little more than half.
Because in my opinion, it has better comedic actors in it, like Chris Pratt, Amy Poehler. Isn't Aziz Ansari in that?
Adam Scott.
Yeah, it has a lot.
Aubrey Plaza, Nick Swartzen plays Ron Swanson.
Nick Offerman's in it.
Nick Offerman. I'm sorry, not
Nick
Nick
Offerman's in that. Wow,
Yeah,
it's not as good as The Office. I mean, nothing's as good as The Office.
The Office is written much better, I think.
If The Office is a 10 out of 10, if that was like a 7 or an 8, I'd maybe watch it.
I think it's a 7. If The Office is a 10, it's a 7.
Do you think when Peter pointed the gun at Gamora, he's like, "Why am I aroused by this?"
He's like, "Wow, this is better than when you choked me."
Well, Nowhere is pretty fucked, but I think the insurance money we will be able to rebuild.
We can rebuild.
After he held to gunpoint at Thanos, and then she left with Gamora, though. Like Gamora's like, "So when are we going to go on a date? I'm like, really? Like we're trying to save you right now.
Love how they brought Ross back.
Yep.
Love how Don Cheadle's bullshitting with him to protect the Avengers.
Don Cheadle's aged some here.
Dude,
He looks old as fuck.
He does not look very good.
Yeah, and also his character is basically paralyzed, so it's like nothing's going right for him.
It's like they called him 8 months before, like, hey, you need to get in shape for this. Like, cool. All I'm going to do is not eat anything and run on the treadmill for 20 minutes.
He's like, I'll do some cardio. The hologram stuff is cool. Using the Stark technology and everything. Still, ScarJo, I'm gonna need a little bit less zipper there for me, and then I'll tell you your hair is working. Other than that, I'm still
looks more like a chick that I want on my co-ed softball team than a chick that I want to have in the backseat of my car right now. I don't like it.
They're almost one and the same though, Geiger.
He's got a good point to Ross. He's like,
about a beer away, Banner. I'm about a beer away.
Yeah, I had to switch from liquor back over to beer because I was like, that drink was too strong. I'm already buzzed, and this is a marathon, not a sprint here. We'll have this debate briefly, but do you ever think about what Terrence Howard would have looked like staying in this role? Marvel's been fortunate to only have 2 recasts, Norton and Terrence Howard, and they were very early on.
I think you couldn't. Terrence Howard was a good one. Getting rid of him, which he wanted more money, so he fucked up.
He wanted to be paid more than Downey for the second one,
right?
Like,
which is
you
absurd.
Can fuck yourself.
I'm not mad about Ruffalo taking over, but I like Norton. I thought he did great.
I'll have to say the only reason I think they didn't have more recasts is that these movies were critically and audience acclaimed. Like, they really liked them.
Well, and I think all of these actors knew what this was going to be. They all saw the long game, the end game here.
See, I don't agree with that as much. Is that these actors are so, like, they're so mental ninjas that if someone says something bad about their movie, just like, Affleck wants to leave Batman because everyone's just fucking roasting him. I think these movies actually doing really well on the box office, critically acclaimed, all the audiences love them, helped out too. It was like, hey man, everyone loves you doing this role and they love the movies, do it. I think if they would have had about 4 or 5 bad movies, I think you would have seen a lot of these actors jump ship.
You could tell Vision is like feeling the pressure of being in a long-term relationship. They're like, we can just protect your stone. He's like, well, we just have to destroy it and kill me. That's
Yeah, we
the
had
only...
to destroy it and kill it.
Vision
Jesus Christ, I was talking about rings last night.
Vision it looks like me on a Sunday afternoon where I'm like, guys, I've been drunk for 4 days. Just kill me now, okay? I'm over it. It's not fun anymore.
He's like,
And you guys are like, just have these 2 shots, you'll be fine.
Once relationships come in here, like the Olsen chick would be like, "Do you really want to save the world, or are you just afraid to commit?" I'm like, what?
My God, Steve's back me up here.
I want to save the world. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but I think this stone would save the world. So.
And he's like, Bruce, tell her, how big is the army? It's pretty fucking big, right? It's big.
It's an alien army too. We don't even know what these guys can do.
Steve's like, we don't trade lives. Well, Steve, never say never. I mean, certainly there's an exception to every rule.
He's like, you did it 70 years ago. Okay?
Exactly. Let's not
jump to conclusions here.
Let's not make hard and fast rules we can never break. And then he just agrees, Jarvis, Ultron, great point, Ultron, that was awful, right? That was horrible. We all remember that.
If I could have laid down and gotten rid of Ultron, I'd have done it right then. It just wasn't in the cards.
The Hulk caught chlamydia on Asgard, so he wants to fucking go too, because Scarlet Witch she's gonna find that shit out pretty soon.
Yeah, when the Hulk was on Sakaar, he's like, they have STDs there that don't even exist here.
He's like, here you can't see the bugs crawling on your dick. There you can.
Dude, my theater went fucking nuts when they cut to Wakanda. Because they played the theme song. All the blacks were like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. About time is for us.
You know what's crazy is we're an hour into this movie now. We just got our last superhero, right? That gets introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
That is insane.
Shit's hitting the fan when he's like, reach out to the Jabari. This would be like...
He was red hot too, because this was the last movie that came out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this was 3 months.
Before,
yeah, a few months before.
Black Panther was still in theaters at the place I saw this at. And of course, you got to go to the fucking bullpen. Let's bring in the closer in the first inning because we need these 3 outs. I love how he's like, where's the bat?
Ken Lincecum. He used to be good a couple years ago, but hopefully he can just close out a game for us right now.
With this arm,
still a freak.
He should be good.
Last time we saw him, he's beating the fuck out of Margot Robbie and I, Tanya.
With this arm, he really could have done some damage.
I gotta pee again. I'm drunk.
He said, we're going to serve you 2-game suspension. We're going to take away your arm. Like,
and you need to publicly apologize. And then
she was asking for it. She hit me first.
I do love how the Winter Soldier's like, well, if you're bringing me the arm, who the fuck are we fighting? He's like, what? No, this is just to make it easier to shower. And then
this would still be better than being in a cubicle making sales calls.
Absolutely. And I've had managers that are less passive aggressive than Ebony Maw is. It's kind of crazy just because there's so many characters, and they do weave them so well throughout this story. But like, we legit have not seen Doctor Strange for about 45 minutes, and it's fucking Benedict Cumberbatch in this role.
As I've said before, if you listen to us a lot, these movies aren't in my top 10 just because there's so much stories going on that I like a simple bread and butter. You really develop Dark Knight. You really develop a villain and stuff like that. But these Marvel movies, they don't get enough credit on how jumbled up these movies are, but they still make sense and they're still pretty smooth.
Yeah, and it's a tough task. And I totally agree with you. Like, this is like a spectacle type film, so you can't view it the same way you do something else. Like, I do typically enjoy more, like, trust me, this is the time of my life, and I've like cried tears of joy in the theater, but there's nothing I love more than like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, solid story, 5-6 characters. But this is tough to do, man. We've 22 huge actors, 22 films into something like this, and please everyone.
You would ask me what movie I'd rather watch. I'd rather watch like Spider-Man Homecoming. I just thought that was a great movie. It was a great story told. This is just so much stuff going on. Did I have fun? Absolutely. It's fun to watch. It's a fucking blast to watch. Could I watch it like 20 times in a year? No. Not as much as I could watch like the original Iron Man or Dark Knight or something like that.
Totally agreed. But there are scenes of this I could pick out and watch. Like, I have this on Blu-ray, and I'll watch just the Iron Man, Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, Spider-Man fight. Like sometimes I'll watch that before work. I've done it like twice.
But I even think if you talk to comic book fans that they'd rather just, read a Batman Nightfall than a Justice League comic with a bunch of fucking people in there. I think it's just comics are just more cool when you have a good guy, a bad guy, a story told, damsels in distress and everything like that.
And the reason the team-ups are so cool is because we love the heroes on their own,
Yeah.
Like if we never got them on their own, like I think that's why Marvel's plan did work out. It was a big risk, but like, would you have appreciated Doctor Strange in this as much if this was his first fucking movie? No. Nobody would have really cared.
Hey,
and that's not a knock.
You want to send it to Warner Brothers?
No, I was going to say, sorry, real quick. That's not a knock on DC.
Yeah, it is.
No, because like they're playing. Like if you would have told me as a kid, there's going to be a movie with fucking all the Justice League in it, I'd be like, dude, who cares if I got a movie for it? That's awesome. But I think you realize in retrospect, like for fans to actually give a fuck, they need to know, because you can't spend that time making them care in the movie. They have to know before.
They need to do that, and and if you are just joining us, like I'm the DC guy of the pod, and I love DC, but the thing is with the DCU, I hate when people are like, well, if you've ever read the comics, why do you have to be introduced to Aquaman? I'm like, well, motherfucker, there's a lot of different adaptations of all these superheroes. Some of these superheroes have been around since the 40s, and they changed them, from time to time, and they even changed them on certain writers, and we need to know what that actor, how they're going to play it, because all these actors are like, well, I know exactly how I'm going to play Bruce Wayne. Well, what does that mean? You're going to play it a certain way because you see it a certain way and other people see it a different way. We need to be familiar about how these actors are going to play their roles and then put them in a joint movie like this. That's why Marvel, hate them or love them, man, they did it perfect. I don't think it'll ever be done like this ever again. This is about the perfect way you can do anything.
Because the patience is so hard to do. Like these are making almost $1 billion each. So to be patient enough to say like, no, we want a Doctor Strange movie before Infinity War. It's hard to do. They're like, no, just fucking do Infinity War this year. It's going to make $2 billion. Yeah. Like it's hard to pace yourself like that. Well,
and it's even like Star Wars, who I think was the first people that really did this. They fucked it up, when they tried to make more movies. I mean, they did the prequels and they were jointly hated. And then they did The Force Awakens, and I think it was pretty well received. And then they went to The Last Jedi, and I don't care if you liked it or hated it. It's about a line in the sand of 50% people that absolutely hate it. 3 of them are on this pod right now. That'll probably never.
There is no middle ground with that. I think what Marvel did what they had to do. Their backs were against the wall. They put all their money and resources into these movies. They didn't have another option. Where you have DC didn't have that. Their rights are with Warner Brothers, and you can get all into all that legal mumbo jumbo, but that's the difference. Marvel made Marvel Studios to do this, and they put all their eggs in one basket. They were literally going to go bankrupt, or this was going to work.
Sorry, Banner, to change a little bit of gears here. I love the scene where Tony says, "You're an Avenger now." The way Tom Holland acts, that like, holy shit, this is like a big deal. It's like if Thanos would have got into Alpha Phi Alpha, it would have been like, holy fuck. With Sean, I look up to that guy.
I love Gamora's like, Dad, I'm mad at you. Like,
I'm not going to drink this. I don't fucking want it. It's cranberry. I don't even like that. I'm allergic.
I'm vegan now.
It's like, when? You just ate a pork chop.
You know nothing about me. You never check my Instagram. I post stuff. You don't even like it.
Oh, come on. I saw it. Yeah, that's even worse.
No, I saw the thing you did with the puppy. That was 6 fucking months ago.
Well, I still like it. I love how this is the throne in Guardians of the Galaxy that he talks to Ronan from, and at the end of Avengers that Loki and the other.
Yep. Took the words out of my mouth.
I bet Thanos has a sick man cave up
there. Is this Titan?
No, Titan's gone. We see it here in a little bit. It's like devastating.
So where are they right now? What planet is this?
This is just his ship.
Oh. He needs to tidy
got
up.
like a calendar of Kate Upton and like a little wood making fucking shed. Like this, I like to chisel stuff. It's just kind of one of my guilty pleasures.
He's a San Jose Sharks fan. He's like, I fell in love with the logo as a child. What can I say?
I drink Modelo's in here and watch San Jose Shark games because my wife gets upset. It's on the West Coast and we live in the
They're
North.
late.
You know how it is. It's
9
late game.
p.m.
It's mad
9
at me
p.m.
yelling.
It's like 9 p.m. puck drops are tough on our marriage. I'm not gonna lie to you. But when I snap my fingers, I'm gonna make sure that not a single San Jose Shark disappears.
They might actually be able to win the cup this year.
Oh God, Thanos would be a hockey fan for sure.
Oh, 100% he's a hockey fan.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Does he have some fucked up methods? Yes. But I would love to have like 10 beers at a Sharks Kings game with Thanos.
In a
Ringside?
box? Oh,
How
fuck yeah.
Happy.
He's also an Oakland Raiders fan. He's like, Thanos, when you take over the world, you think you can make them playoff team? He's like, I'm not even powerful enough to do that.
Not even all 6 Infinity Stone. The Reality Stone was even like, dude.
I'd
no.
give Gruden all 6 Infinity Stones. He'd trade 5 of them for draft picks. I'm like, what? You're not going to get any much better than this. He's going to take over.
Why don't you just, like, what's the point of the draft picks? You're not going to get Infinity Stones with those.
The CGI is incredible. Jesus
It's
Christ.
really good.
So how do you think they did this? Like, actually, Brolin was talking to her on a stilt?
So the only way I know this is because I have the Blu-ray, and it's like, I don't know how the actors do it, but the scene on Titan, it's Brolin in his pajamas talking to Downey Jr., and Brolin has this thing on his back, and it's this stick that goes above his head, and it has a picture of Thanos' face on it, and they tell Downey, talk to Brolin, but look at the picture on this stick, because that's how tall Thanos is. Like, I'm literally laughing as I'm watching it, and it's like one of the most emotional scenes in the MCU. That's why being an actor, I don't get it. And around them, they have the rocks that are real, but it's all green screen. Karen Gillian, if you saw Jumanji Into the Jungle, she's the redhead that you want to bang the whole time.
And
as
she's
Nebula.
probably the hottest chick in this whole movie besides ScarJo, and she is looked like this, which is insane.
Agreed.
This is a completely off topic, guys, but Nate Thurman just sent me a snap of the steak he's cooking, and oh my fucking God.
Yeah, I've never wanted to fuck a piece of, like, dead animal till I saw that.
Jesus. Fuck you, Nate Thurman.
Thanos is not Father of the Year material. Let's just say that.
But he's not Father of the Year either.
He's more like 1950s father. Like, I discipline my children.
He gave them a roof over their head, and I mean, they obviously weren't starving.
And Nebula is his daughter who, like, listens to, like, Alanis Morissette and shaved her head. And is like, I might be a lesbian. I don't know, Dad. I'll fucking let you know when I figure it out.
These are chicks when you date, though, in high school. They have a lot of issues.
This is the kind of chick you lose your virginity to.
Nothing's
Yeah,
like
but after you have sex with them once, you don't really care to hear them anymore.
Well,
Was it worth it?
I clearly didn't fuck the crazy out of you, so hey, we'll try next time. The Russo said the hardest part about this movie was figuring out how to pace the collection of the Infinity Stones. Originally, they storyboarded the Xandar scene, but the movie was already 2.5 hours. They're like, we can't show that. It just has to be off screen, as much as we hate it. And then with the Soul Stone, Marvel came to them about 5 or 6 years ago and wanted it to be in Wakanda, but they loved Ryan Coogler's pitch so much, they were like, we can't throw the Soul Stone in there, so we'll make it Red Skull, which was, I think, a great consolation prize for fans.
Here's my whole thing with Marvel. I mean, Marvel obviously didn't invent the end credit scene, but they definitely perfected it. I think we can all agree with that. I think they could have done some of those concepts in a short 30-second or a minute and a half end credit scene. I think they could have shown some of this that would have been a nice complement to some of these storylines or some of these aspects of this movie. Especially in the later movies, starting with Ragnarok and Ragnarok had and Guardians 2, I'm sorry. Starting with Guardians 2 and Ragnarok and Black Panther. Guardians 2 had 5 end credit scenes. None of them fucking mattered.
Right. That was kind of James Gunn. By the way, Thor saying that Groot is an elective on Asgard, you know that's one that all the jocks take. Because all you have to write is I am Groot.
Right. That's the one where we're like, look, we just need to keep your grades above a C. You have to take this. You show up, you're getting a B, worst case.
This is when he gives him the eye, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so
Loki's been dead before. It's like my wife's been pissed before, but I think this time she really fucking means it. Like she's really upset.
it's like killed by a dark elf. He's like, God, that fucking sucks. That movie sounds horrible also. So thank you for summing it up.
Worst movie in the MCU.
Worse than Howard the Duck?
That's not in the MCU, don't you dare.
Oh, it connects.
I love how he's like, he's never beaten me. Well, he did. Well, he's never beaten me twice. Okay, that's very glasses half full, I guess.
Is Disney just gonna take over the world next year? Because in 2019 they got Endgame coming out, Aladdin, Lion King, Toy Story 4, and something else. Why are all those Disney movies
Star
coming
Wars
out?
Episode 9, heard of it?
That's coming out next year? Oh wow.
Finally
Maybe
back.
they can unfuck everything Ryan Johnson fucked.
I don't know about
but-
that. I think it's gonna be dog shit.
Why
In fact, I'll make that prediction right
Disney
now.
movies all coming out in the same year.
Episode 9 is gonna be, out of all those movies you just listed, Episode 9 is gonna be the worst one.
You know what? I'm just not to give you a sneak peek of our year in review we're gonna drop in a couple days, but I might pick that as my sleeper movie.
Well, I mean, talk about it. It's a good buy low, right? The stock's as low
There's
as
no way.
Hey, I'm not above it. I did that with Solo.
No expectations that they're gonna be like, damn, that's better than I thought it was.
And that's actually why I might like it, because I'll go in literally, like Geiger always says, already with my arms crossed during the fucking
Yeah, you're
previews.
going in there like fucking 6th period Spanish. Like, this is gonna fucking suck. And then the teacher has huge tits and shows their cleavage all the time. Like, okay, I mean, maybe this semester.
It's exactly what we did with Solo. I said that's gonna be our sleeper movie, and I think I won that category.
I don't know. We'll see, Banner.
On the ship, who do you think's running the music right now? Is it Groot?
I don't know. Is Good Charlotte or Simple Plan playing?
Seeing him pop the sign, it is fucking hilarious. And he's like hitting his head. I don't think it works.
He's like, I would have watched that first.
Probably came from a prostitute on Contraxia. That's all Contraxia is prostitutes.
That's fine. Look, but they make good products. Did you like I don't like this dude, whatever the fuck his name is.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter
is,
Dinklage. I don't
Petrie.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, man. I didn't like it.
The Russo brothers had a weird quote. I saw them on, I think it was Good Morning America. So before the movie came out, Peter Dinklage was in the cast, but they didn't have listed who he played. I think as part of the, secrecy. And someone asked, will fans recognize Peter Dinklage in the movie? Basically, like, is he in prosthetics? Is he playing a CGI character?
Is he a voice? Right.
And the Russo brothers said, probably, but it will take you a minute. No,
I recognize him in 2 seconds.
Yeah. So a lot of people were mad.
Was that just
Not a
them
lot,
trying to
but-
throw you off the scent, though?
Possibly, but it kind of, a lot of people thought he was Eitri already. I'll get into, because I think we still have another hour and a half, what I've read about the Thor theory for Endgame, because I actually really, really like the device they have.
Let's go
for
for
how
it.
the Avengers...
We got time.
Well, I actually really have to pee is the only reason. I love how Groot is still fucking playing his Pokemon Yellow. He's like, my
Pokemon Yellow is the
Machop
best.
is about to evolve into a Machoke.
There we
Hell
go.
yeah.
Keep it going.
Do you think Peter Dinklage felt like he was being made fun of when they said you're going to play a giant? It's like, oh, you think that shit's funny?
Like Amy Schumer, you're playing a really hot chick this movie. Oh, okay, I can.
Someone at Disney though, they were like, who should play Eitri the giant? What about Peter Dinklage? And like, Chris, don't fucking make fun of him. All right?
He's an angry elf.
Very funny. Bravo.
I actually don't like Peter Dinklage other than in Game of Thrones.
Worst part about this is you couldn't masturbate anymore.
He's good in
And
Elf. I don't know
I
if he's in, but
I've seen him in, like, I haven't watched, I don't watch.
Did
Game
you
of
like him in
Thrones.
Days of Future Past?
I actually did, as Trask.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
I think what I love about
did you think he was bad in Pixels? Because everyone was bad in Pixels.
I didn't even
I think
see
when
Pixels.
Dude, I actually watched like 5 minutes of it on I think it was on fucking FX the other night, and
Everything's on
realize,
FX.
No, I didn't realize this, but maybe it was just the scene I was watching. But Kevin James showed up in it too.
Yeah,
Of course he did.
You know when you have a toothache and you keep poking it? That's Pixels. I watched that whole fucking movie. And I love how Adam Sandler has a movie and there's some hot fucking chick that can't act who's a model that's like his love interest. I'm like, dude, come on, please.
You're not talking about Michelle Monaghan, are you?
There's the chick in Pixels that he falls in love with is hot as hell.
Michelle Monaghan from True Detective and...
Yeah, the one with the greatest hits ever? Yeah, her.
Oh, that's probably not Michelle Monaghan. Well, if you said she can't act, there's no way that's Michelle Monaghan then.
Fine. There's no way of figuring this out, but I'm going to try to see if Google will show me who played in that.
Why does
Michelle Monaghan?
Dude,
Violet.
She's an incredible actor. Are you kidding me?
Well, in Pixels, no one really tries, but...
Okay. But as long as you don't say she can't act. Season 1 of True Detective, she's incredible.
She's absurdly good in that. Everybody's absurdly good in that.
Yeah. Why do I
The only
want
thing I
Nicola...
remember from her is fucking Woody Harrelson topless. That's the only thing I remember.
That was Alexandra Daddario. Who's my
really?
wife, by the way. Yeah. Michelle Monaghan is Woody Harrelson's wife who fucks Matthew McConaughey. Spoilers, sorry.
I'd fuck Matthew McConaughey.
One thing I've noticed I do on this podcast...
You did fuck Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, that was a crazy weekend.
It was awesome.
Because I say spoilers after the spoiler. This is me trying to parallel park anytime. Sorry! It's just a Kia Sonata. Don't worry about it.
This is me driving the Uber car that I'm in going, oh shit, we're going to crash when I'm drunk coming home from the bar.
Honestly, though, you can't fuck up Titan any worse.
Yeah, this isn't that bad.
It already looks like dog shit.
Mom, it's a small scratch. Dad's not even going to notice.
I don't even think we need to get insurance involved with this. I think we both just maybe exchange some cash and go on our way.
Rachel McAdams is in True Detective Season 1?
No, Season 2.
Season 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the problem with IMDb, they probably have all the seasons combined.
Yeah, okay.
Like, is Mara... So our boy Cottonmouth is in Season 3. I love this scene, and Chris Pratt's line is hilarious. So, I know there's a deleted scene where Gamora tells the Guardians to meet on Titan. In the movie, since it was cut out, how do they figure out to go here?
There was a line earlier where he says he's from Titan.
Yeah, but how do they know to meet there? Was that the plane with Gamora was to meet on Titan?
I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you, Hornacek. I'm fairly drunk right now, so I'm literally going to say whatever you want me to say.
Okay. I'll take advantage of that in a little bit.
Yeah, you will.
Die blanket of
You
death.
made it illegal to get drunk on podcasts. We'd be done.
Wait, we're not allowed to drink on the podcast?
Nope, you can't drink anymore.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora? That's very funny. Banner, you'll love this. There's a Missouri Geiger. There's a Missouri reference here.
I'll probably love it too.
I'll kill all three of you.
Having Star-Lord have fucking Spider-Man in a headlock is something that you only thought you'd ever see in a comic book.
Exactly.
For sure.
Well, what am I supposed to say, Jesus? That's a great line. I'm not from Earth, I'm from Missouri. Yeah, that's on Earth, dipshit.
We're the Avengers, man.
Dude, the Footloose line coming up is like one of my favorite in the whole. Tall guy, not that good looking. Sounds like Thor. Medium-sized dick, but he's a grower, not a shower. I'll give you that.
Okay, Jeff, did we really need Dinklage in this movie, though?
Do you mean the character or like him as each?
Like the character.
Yes.
I mean, if you're sticking with the comics, yeah, this is how he gets Stormbreaker. And he made Mjolnir. Okay. I don't like Dinklage as him, to be honest.
I don't like Dinklage at all in this movie.
So Stormbreaker in the comics is made for Beta Ray Bill by Eitri, who Marvel, probably because of how stupid his name is and the fact that he's a bird who looks like Thor, has just not brought him into the films.
Can't understand why.
I love how he keeps calling Rocket a rabbit, like he refuses to. Them together was just an like Downey Jr. and Pratt. Could we get more smart assery on the screen together?
Yeah, them, and then when he was with Cumberbatch for a while, it's fucking awesome.
It's like,
this was one of the first, when they were filming this was one of the first scenes they filmed because they were like, this
Facebook Live did.
Yeah, they Facebook Lived it. I remember watching it. I was in my office holding a call was on hold, and I was like, I've got to watch this. This is more important than whatever the fuck you have to say.
The Bumblebee chick, I think, is kind of cute, Banner.
What?
I don't know what your deal is.
Mantis, dude, look at Palm Clementieff in real life. She's like a 8. She's so hot. She was actually a model in Japan.
Yeah, she's hot in this. I don't know what Banner's fucking deal is with her.
Look, 2 beers ago, I wasn't a fan. Now, you could talk me into it.
I like your plan, except it sucks. The Footloose line is great.
Exactly like Footloose.
It never was. Is it still the best movie ever? No one likes it.
Dude, Batista's so, like, out of shape compared to what he was in WWE. I mean, basically, he's not out of shape. He just quits taking steroids, but he used to be way bigger.
He was even bigger in the first one.
Strange is having like a bad acid trip right here.
This is where we get the title of Endgame, right?
Correct. Second time Endgame has been said in the MCU. First time was Age of Ultron.
Who said it in Age of Ultron?
Iron Man. He points up to the sky. He says, "We're the Avengers. We can bust arms dealers all the livelong day, but that up there, that's the Endgame. How do we handle that?" Cap goes, "Together." Iron Man goes, "We'll lose." And Cap goes, "My favorite line in the whole MCU. Then we'll do that together too." These odds right here is like me hitting the trifecta 8-game parlay that I just put down in Vegas. You have VCU covering on the road? Yeah, bro, they got this. $40 to win $1,400.
So we still don't see Cap and Iron Man together in this movie at all. So they're technically still at odds from when they were started seeing it, and in Age of Ultron obviously goes through Civil War, all of that. So they're still not boys at this point. They're going to have to be boys in Endgame, right?
They are.
Yeah, I still wish, going back to Civil War, a Civil War movie commentary, I wish we did. I think it was like our third movie commentary we did.
I think it was our first, actually.
I was fucking hammered.
I wish someone would have died in that just to make the Cap Iron Man dispute bigger. So it'd be like, hey man, you killed my friend, but this might be bigger than anything we've ever done. We're gonna put it beside if you killed, pick one of the fucking characters, whoever.
They should.
But I just think the stakes should have been higher, I guess.
This shit right here all fucking works for me.
Real quick, because I have to piss and get another beer, but Banner Ross Marquand plays and voices Red Skull from The Walking Dead.
Yep.
He got the part because he went on, I want to say it was David Letterman a few years ago, and he did an impression of Hugo Weaving.
Yep.
That like blew Marvel
and
away.
And Hugo Weaving said, even because he's technically under contract for 3 more movies, right?
Correct.
And he was like, I will never wear the makeup again, ever.
Yeah, so Marvel called him, did not receive a call back. Kevin Feige said, so Hugo Weaving lost probably $8 million because he didn't want to do this. Kevin Feige was like, what I wanted to tell him was, you don't need the makeup anymore. We'll CGI it. And he never fucking called them back.
Yeah.
So you lost $8 million, fuckhead. Meanwhile, Ross Marquand's like, you call me any fucking time.
He also was like, you motherfuckers, you only paid me $5 for this.
Yeah, look, this is not prosthetics.
No.
When they'll come in tight again on Red Skull.
But it still looks amazing.
And I'm glad we got to see him again. I was in the theaters with Geiger, and we fucking...
Also, it's like, by the way, is your daughter seeing anyone?
What's her deal? She's.
I mean, she's kind of steers this guy back on Earth, but I want to kill him. So I was like, okay, so can I take her out on a date?
I picture Red Skull hands her a vodka tonic and goes, "Hey, sad eyes."
What does he say? He just hands her things like, hey, you want to get somewhere and go make some purple?
She's like, "Excuse me." It's from a song.
No one gets that. They're red and
No, I got.
No,
it.
I get it.
I'm just saying she would be like,
Like
"What
if
are
they
you trying
fuck, they'd make the color purple. Never mind.
Jesus.
Comment below.
But then that would mean that
What do you want them
Thanos.
to comment below?
God. Here
But
we
then that
go.
means that Thanos and his grandbaby would be the
joke
same
missed,
color.
Okay.
It all
I get
connects.
I get it. It missed. Her
I-
hair's purple though.
Thanos is purple. It's only natural that his granddaughter's the same color.
Yeah.
All of this works with the flashback scene and him loving her, and it all fucking works. It's
Yeah.
obviously different than the comics, but they did a great job adapting it to what they had available to them.
And it's cool as fuck, man. And like, if you've never watched any of these movies, like you just go and watch Guardians, and she talks about Thanos, which is pretty cool.
100%. 100%. Check out
100%.
our American Vandal reviews. Both seasons. Hey, Geiger.
Yeah.
I'm pretty smashed right now.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think I want some, like, burgers and fries. Like the kind you make in the oven.
Gamora looks so fucking hot. Like,
Dude,
what
I
else
know.
going on?
Look, the more you talk about it, the more I'm digging it.
You know
She's
you're
in
always-
Avatar. She's the chick from Avatar, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
You know
she was
you're
hot in
always
that
scared?
too.
Your significant other to find out what porn you've been searching, but if I searched chicks painted in green porn, like I definitely would have like a sit down talk with probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that they're willing to turn the other cheek. That's probably one that she's not. So when you were watching this in the theaters, what was your reaction? Were you just on the edge of your seat like, wait, what the fuck? Or were you just ready for it to be over?
I was kind of looking at myself. Why the hell do I want to have sex with a girl that has green skin? But yeah, I get it. The dialogue was really fucking well done. In this.
It was.
And then when she takes her own life.
Yep.
And this is another thing. This was probably the one I was like, no, because I want her in Guardians 3.
Yep.
Like I want her.
I agree 100%.
Zoe Saldana was so fantastic in that role. So great.
I can just hope that they undo this. That's the whole thing with all of this is in Endgame, they have the ability to undo anything that they did, which is cool.
Not this though. She was killed before everything else.
I still think they have the ability to undo it.
You know what would be cool if in game they bring back everybody, but they also redo all the DCU and just kind of start over fresh.
They just
like, hey,
undo
all
the
DC
DCEU.
movies doesn't count anymore, bro.
And then they also erase like the whole second act of Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
I like Back to the Future too.
The second act though, with fucking old Marty McFly and all that bullshit.
That was fine. It's necessary. It's a necessary evil.
No, it's
And
not.
also
I think
the
we can
second
all
act-
agree. I think we can all agree that Back to the Future 3 is the best one.
The
Cowboy
best one?
ever?
Out of
Cowboy
all the
one?
Back to the Futures, I think it is the
No,
most
you're-
entertaining.
You're trying to be inflammatory now. I'm not going to buy it.
You should buy it. I'll give you 2 for 1.
I'll agree that 2 was the worst.
Buy one,
This-
get one free.
The Soul Stone is like the Hornacek's dick of the Infinity Stones. It's the smallest and the most useless. Do you think Black Panther kind of feels like the booty call for Cap? Like, cool, so just like, you never call me to just hang out. It's only to fight wars.
He's like, I wasn't invited to your bachelor party. What the fuck, dude?
No, it was really we were in Montego Bay. That suite can only fit like 6 people. I love when the Jabari tribe shows up, because if we're anyone, it's the Jabari tribe.
We only show up when there's booze or a fight.
And we go, ha ha!
Ooh, ha, ha. That chick is in Walking Dead also.
Akoi?
Yeah.
I love how they fuck with Banner here and tell him to bow. We don't do that here. It probably thinks it's so racist.
Banner's like, hey, I don't know if I told you, but I would have voted for Obama a third term. Like, okay.
If I could. I mean, it's not allowed, but
I tried.
Why would Black Panther be like, yeah, man, bring Vision here. He's British. We already don't like him since they started the slave trade, and we'll let Thanos just attack us.
Yo, Winter Soldier's arm there looks fucking incredible.
He's like, dude, I can jack off with this thing so quickly, you would not believe it.
Jeff, that reminded me of the time that we picked Banner up from rehab. We're like hugging. We're like, hey, man, I'm good now. Yeah, because the last time you had a knife and you're threatening to kill us all. You're like, no, I'm cool.
Nah,
Don't
I'm
worry.
good. Guys, it was a misunderstanding.
I don't even.
It was a
drink
misunderstanding.
anymore.
Yeah, how'd you sneak that in there? I thought that was really weird.
In my ass.
Do you think Bruce Banner has like a weird racist moment? Like, how are you smarter than me? You're 15 and black, but mainly 15. She's like, what? What was the second part? I didn't say anything.
I know. You wear sandals. All right, I gotta piss. I'll be back.
You won't. Is that the
Again.
Death Star?
Hey, hold on. Before I go, how much time do we have left in this movie? Enough for another beer?
I think 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. At least one.
Yeah, people aren't even murdering each other yet.
Yeah, it's not even happening. I wish they'd be like, oh, of course, these motherfuckers land on Earth where? Africa? Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
Bitch. God, if only Detroit had this. War Machine's like the dude that
Cover
like
over their entire city.
yeah, just to keep the white man out. And it's gonna suck. Like, you know, you watch Black Panther, you fall in love with Wakanda. It's about to get fucked up.
Oh yeah.
God, if Colt McCoy was half as tough as Vision in that national championship, he would have fucking played against Bam.
I love fucking Vision. He's just like, hey man, I'll be the one on the front line. He just really doesn't want to engage.
He's complete. It's a total act. Everyone sees through it.
Like, don't worry, I'll be the first one out there fighting. It's like, maybe you should heal up. You're like, no, I'm fine.
What are you talking about? Let me just stretch me out and I'm good. What if they shoot Vision up with cortisone? The fucking John Voight from Varsity Blues, check out our Varsity Blues commentary, comes in and just shoots him up. They throw him out there. So now, did you like, because obviously this movie, for 95% of it, it's just Thor with Rocket and Groot, not with the other Avengers. Did you like that? Because it was a cool, like, damn, dude, I've always wondered what it would be like to see these characters together. Or did you want him back with, like, everyone that he knows?
I didn't mind it. Because Thor has some comedic chops to him, especially after Ragnarok. So I like that they really strategically put people in certain spaces. You know, if you're comedic or if you're a wise ass or a good actor, you all kind of, you know, win your scenes. I think they did it, you know, as good as I would want it. I don't know if there was any scene that I would like to see that I didn't get.
I think they sat down and they were like, what? And in the next one, they kind of complete this, but they were like, what character interactions do we really want? Like, obviously, Iron Man with Star-Lord, you want so badly. So they gave us that. Thor with Rocket is pretty fucking cool, too.
I don't know. I can't stand Chris Hemsworth, Bradley Cooper, and Peter Dinklage in the same fucking scene. I don't know. That just annoys the shit out of me for some reason.
I think you just hate dwarfs. This is the problem.
You know what? I was a Bradley Cooper. Like, I always kind of liked Bradley Cooper, but I didn't think he was as big a deal until I saw Star is Born. I'm kind of on the Bradley Cooper train now.
But if you're a celebrity out there and you just got Geiger's endorsement, don't get fucking comfortable because he'll take
Yeah.
that shit away.
He'll
as
turn
quick
on
as
you in a
he can.
fucking heartbeat.
Actually,
that's-
American Sniper, he's pretty good in that too.
He
Watched
is good in
that
American
a couple months
Sniper.
ago for the first time. Not too
Did
bad
you-
in it.
Did you like him in Silver Linings Playbook with Jennifer Lawrence?
I don't like. It was all right.
He was
You know-
good in it. I don't like his character, but the way they wanted to play it, I understood it.
You know what other movie was on Banner? I think you and I talked about this movie before. Was on TV recently that I actually really like is Limitless.
I love
With-
Limitless.
where he-
I actually really like that movie.
Where
I
he
didn't like
takes
the
that-
show that they tried to. He was an executive producer on, but they tried to turn it into a show where he
Oh,
was
yeah, fuck
in the
that.
first episode and then like passed it off. I didn't like the show. I watched the entire series, but the movie
Right.
was fantastic.
This
You watched
CGI
the entire
sucks.
series of Limitless. I'm honestly.
Why are
I
you
cannot
surprised
believe
by
we're
that?
friends. I cannot believe we're friends. There's a lot of things you say, and I'm like, I cannot believe I call this guy and talk
That's
to
the
him
epitome of
3
you
times a
need
week.
help.
But I cannot believe we're friends.
Hey, let's drink to the Jabari tribe in M'Baku, right?
All right.
M'Baku has like a bottle of Hennessy. What? This is nice.
I want to add to what else he's maybe eating or drinking, but I'm not going to because I
don't
might
know.
want to go see Oscars one day.
This is the coin toss where Matt Hasselbeck says, "We want the ball and we're going to score." And then Thanos ends up wiping out half the universe. That's basically what the fuck he did.
What if after this they kind of shook heads and they tapped each other's helmets? Yo, I see you, man. We'll see you.
What if Proxima Midnight afterwards is total team win? We just looked at the offense and said, "We believe in you." Okay, so it wasn't Thanos. No, it was everyone. It was all of
Well,
team
Cap
effort.
and the big blue guy both went to Notre Dame together, so they weren't there at the same time, but they played under the same coach. So they know a lot of the same people.
Do you guys like that Banner was in the Hulkbuster suit?
I do. It's kind of a nice 180 because the Hulkbuster basically beat him in Age of Ultron.
Yeah. I like it too. I don't
I was-
necessarily like Ruffalo the way that he plays it when he's in there and the antics that he does when they're fighting this, earlier when he fell and tripped and whatever, but
All right, I got 2 quick questions for you guys. This is one of the best scenes in the MCU. But number 1, did you like that they teased in the trailer hulking out in Wakanda and it never happened? And then number 2, what do you think of the Outriders? Thanos' more war army, the one that he wouldn't lend to Loki, these guys.
The army's fine. I don't like Hulk in the suit. I want him to Hulk out and just fucking take care of people.
But did you like how they teased the Hulk in Wakanda in the trailer and it didn't actually happen so that we didn't know?
no, I want the fucking Hulk.
I want the Hulk. I don't want him in a fucking Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
I get it, maybe one scene, but not this scene. Not the fucking 4-on.
I would have
I
liked
This
him
could've
in
used
the
him.
bastard right here, Banner.
I would
Jeff
have
didn't understand what that fucking means, but
I would have liked him in the Hulkbuster suit for a little while, and then something happens, and him turn into the Hulk and bust out of the Hulkbuster suit into the Hulk.
Agreed.
By
By the way, Falcon and War Machine, this is the most badass they've ever been.
They're like the Bass Brothers from D2. Check out that movie commentary. I don't remember it either.
I want to grow a beard.
You
I
should.
want to look like Chadwick Boseman. That's Jackie Robinson right there, folks. And James Brown.
I really wish that, and it's sad, I guess Michael B. Jordan had to go to counseling after Killmonger. Have you guys read that?
Really?
Fucking awesome.
But I really wish, God would have been sick if he showed up.
Hold
somehow.
on, time out. He had to go to counseling after this?
Apparently, I read that somewhere.
If you didn't have to go to counseling, did you even act in the role?
Right? I did not know about that.
Bombay!
But what if Killmonger showed up, even though he's a human from fucking Oakland, California, and he just goes and kills a bunch of alien people? It'd
And
be
he's
awesome.
obviously dead after
And then Draymond Green is running behind him. Draymond Green would be the fucking last person into this fight because he's such a fake tough guy.
Draymond's like, wait, I can't kick somebody in the balls?
Dude,
I'm
I
not
love
in.
I love
So
Cap.
they know we're gonna fight. I'm not good at that. I just cheap shot people.
Draymond's like, "Where's the ref though, so that I can pretend to be very like tough and physically imposing?" But
Yeah,
no,
but if you ask me, I'm from a town that's tough. But I mean, like, dude, everyone grew up in a town with crackheads that killed somebody for money. That's not that big a deal.
I bet that there's a couple Wakandans right now that could sell crack to some of the Outriders.
Oh yeah.
Peter Dinklage is really taking me out of this.
Okay, Banner. I'm about to just jump over to your side. I'm gonna sprint 10 yards and jump over to your side because he's in way too much of this movie.
Way
and his
too
accent
much.
is fucking god awful.
Yeah, he's one of the worst parts of this film. I won't even argue that.
I would make the argument he is the worst part of this film.
Do you think Hemsworth lifts? I have to keep asking.
I love him. If you guys don't follow Hemsworth on Instagram, you guys need to. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's great.
He's awesome.
So Dinklage, though, one scene you're like, oh, cool, the guy from Game of Thrones. Oh, that's kind of funny. He's a giant, not a man. Okay, I get it. But after about 3 scenes, like, we get it, dude. Can we like not do this anymore? Just
This part is cool. He's literally taking the might of a star in the dick.
What's the line? Rocket's like, "It'll kill you," and he goes, "Only if I die." And he's like, "Well, yeah, that's." They should have done to Bill Cosby what they did to Eitri, where they like cast over his hands so he can never touch another person again.
I am hammered.
What a bitch!
it's a good movie to drink to, for sure.
For
It's a
sure.
great one. Groot's like, "Well, I'm at least at a point where I can pause the game." That's how kids are, though, dude. They'll just fucking put their face in their phone. They don't even care. And by kids, I mean 14-year-old trees.
I forgot how much Dinklage is in this. I really did.
Yeah, he's in like almost like the majority of the third act. Seeing Stormbreaker finally in a movie was pretty cool.
It was really cool.
The half axe, half hammer. Now, this is not in the comics.
This is, but I love it. I think it's a. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just cool.
It is fucking
That's the only thing to how to describe it.
Now, Thor's upcoming entrance here in Wakanda is like a top 3 MCU moment of all time, too, right?
I'd say top 5. It's definitely up there. But out of
I know
22 movies and all the scenes, that's pretty fucking cool.
And again, we want to talk character interactions that like you never thought you'd see but are cool. Winter Soldier and Rocket Raccoon is pretty
It is fucking amazing.
like him
coming up.
holding up Rocket while he shoots people with a machine gun.
Well, ScarJo's tits in Iron Man 2 is definitely top 5.
That's a top 2.
Wait, what? I guess I didn't notice that because I was too focused on her acting and the character.
Well, I was staring at her boobs.
I love the line at the end of Iron Man 2 when he realized that she's a double agent. He's like, "Is anything about you?"
Well, you're fired.
You're fired. This is like when you get your credit card back from the bar where you left it and you know people have been buying shots with it.
This is like when your phone goes dead after you're Tindering a chick and you're about to meet her at a bar and it's fully charged. You're like, uh-oh, shit's about to hit the fucking fan.
And Bruce Banner is basically like the embodiment of your penis. Like, you guys are so screwed now. It's kind of cool for them to reunite because obviously in Ragnarok they were together the whole time.
Honestly, out of the two, okay, we have kind of the two major fight scenes: the Thanos fight scene and then the Wakanda fight scene. Which one do you guys think is better?
Wakanda.
Yeah, the Wakanda is cooler, but I think the thing I like about the Titan fight scene is it's like there's that like honestly the Star-Lord scene where he realizes that he killed Gamora is really fucking cool. He's like, "Tell me you didn't do it," and he loses his shit because they could have won.
especially the time it happened too. Whenever we saw this movie, like Black Panther was the hottest thing probably since. I would say that's the hottest movie since The Dark Knight.
The second they
I'd
cut
agree
to
with that.
Wakanda in my theater, someone played the Biggie Smalls in the background. I was like, what?
Did they really?
No, I made that up. It's
Oh.
racist.
Well, that would have been awesome if they did.
You think Thanos lifts?
Nah. Excuse me.
I guarantee you, if they cut to Thanos' ship, like his quarters on it, he's got like two 25-pound dumbbells that he just curls the fuck out of.
And a
nonstop.
bench press that has 345s
I'm sure
on each
Thanos has
side.
been on Fixer Upper. He's like, him and Chip and Joanne are like on a planet. It's like, yeah, I just wanted a different theme here, so I murdered and raped all the
Everyone.
village people, and then kind of.
Thanos is like, I want to kill 50% of the population to give us a more open concept. Thanos is a lefty, which is kind of interesting, right? They're so fucking quirky. Am I right, guys?
Is Brolin a lefty? I'd be curious.
It's a good question. No one knows. Well, someone knows.
Brolin probably
No
knows
way
if
to
he's
figure
a
it out.
His face has seen better days. He used to date a chick with acrylic nails, and they would get into some physical altercations.
Like Becky, my intern, my receptionist.
Not a bad idea to try and crash a spaceship on top of him.
The transition between Infinity Stones is incredible.
Yeah, it's really good. When he gets the time stone is when they're really fucked, because Drax goes straight for the ACL. I like it.
I mean, that's a whole season if you fuck up that thing.
Yeah,
Bold-
and that's if he's committed to the rehab.
Bold statement here, but I think the Titan scene is more impactful than the Wakanda fight scene. Because here, Wakanda, you have individuals
Boom!
that was cool.
Yeah.
You have individuals in Wakanda just fighting the masses. Here you actually have different superheroes from different comics teaming up together fighting one bad guy. I think it means more. This is the first time we've really seen the team up. I mean, at Wakanda, we've seen them do that. We've seen them fight armies and big fucking, I'm drunk, so people, but I can't articulate things.
I get what you're saying. We've seen the 1,000 against 5 action
Yeah.
set piece.
This is the culmination of we actually have different kinds of superheroes from different comic books teaming up together.
And they've all been in either their own solo movie or multiple team movies before this.
I think this is one of the first times too. DC was popular for this back in the '90s, but you'd see Batman taking on two villains, or you'd have a movie like Spider-Man 3 where they took on two villains. But I think this is the first time you have a villain taking on 8 heroes.
For
Usually
sure.
the job is to make the hero look very powerful. But you're making all these heroes look extremely weak. There's 8 of the biggest heroes ever, some of them with 2 to 3 movie franchises that can't fucking beat this guy.
Nebula with the ultimate fuck you dad moment. He didn't even come to her slam poetry last week.
Well, Jeff, he's working late. I mean, someone's got to pay her rent and her
Oh, so that's it, right? God damn it. Love the Iron Spider suit here. I was using it
I do too. I still wish that it was just gold and red. I wish they removed all the blue.
God, Quill really fucks this up, man.
But if you were in Quill's, that's the whole thing about this. If you were Quill, wouldn't you too? He killed your girl.
Probably. Manta's actually playing a role.
She's
like the
doing some
defensive
shit.
specialist.
She's like Devin Hester. Look, all you're gonna do is kick me the ball, but I'm gonna score you points.
This is when you see it with your girl in the theater. It's like, oh, that's like you. You would try to kill someone if they killed me. I'm like, well, if they're an alien being that's really powerful, I'd probably just be like, damn, dude, you suck, and then I'd probably just leave.
I'd be like, look, what do you need?
I mean, I hate to be that guy, but like, couldn't he let them get the gauntlet off his hands and then they could fuck him up? I'll take that off the air. Nebula has like her fucking headphones in. What's
Again,
that?
she's still listening to Good Charlotte, right? Simple Plan. Maybe a
Oh,
little
definitely.
of what's that other one?
Amy Winehouse.
Sure.
He did get 2 good licks in though. Poor Spider-Man. He's like, dude, I was almost the MVP. I was
He
almost
was.
the Malcolm Smith of this game. Now it's pretty much over.
Damn.
Dude, the Power Stone fucks.
Guys, we're doing it again. We're just not talking and watching the show.
This
I
is
mean,
a
this is like
It's
iconic.
so
He's about
it's
to
so
throw a
hard not
moon at
to.
them.
This
Dude,
is just this is history. I don't. This is the thing. Like Baby Banner. I am never going to be able to explain to her. This is history. We will obviously we're gonna watch all the 20 whatever films that came before it. We're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch the 2 films that came after it, and we're gonna watch Endgame. But I don't think she's really going to understand the history that this is. We grew up reading these comics. Then we had 10 years of watching these movies, and now we get this. This is fucking insane. How we're never going to.
This is so
This
fucking
is so
cool, dude.
fucking cool. We're never going to get Winter Soldier literally holding Rocket Raccoon by the horse collar and just going around in a 360 circle, fucking bitches up.
In 20 years, I asked like older people, like my dad and stuff, like, what was it like seeing Empire Strikes Back in the theaters? People are going to ask us about this, but I guarantee you, like Netflix or whatever, like there's going to be a documentary about this franchise for sure.
There's
And
got
all
to
the stuff that
Groot
goes
with his
on.
vintage, let me stab 11 people with my one arm move.
I do like that. I am Groot. I'm Steve Rogers.
First and last name, of course. Scarlet Witch is like, you make the call to the bullpen, and you got Mo Rivera up here to just come on in.
All right, so coming up, we obviously we have to talk about it. We're gonna have the hashtag Me Too scene here with the 3 women or the 4 women all fighting each other. What do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about that?
Isn't that a Me Too?
What?
What?
What are you
Why
talking
is
about?
that hashtag Me Too scene?
Because it's all females.
Oh, see, I don't even notice stuff like that. I just see
Oh.
characters. I do love this line, though. Why was she up there the whole time? Because that's what the audience is thinking.
ScarJo must have had it in her contract, like, yeah, I'll keep doing these movies, but I'm not going to show cleavage anymore or something. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't. We've said this 100 times. If we haven't said it more than that, she's the hardest in Iron Man 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's her peak.
And then
yeah.
she got less and less hot after that.
I'm just saying, go back and revisit Winter Soldier. I think it's at least comparable.
It's a close second, I'll give you, but it's not 1. There's no way it's 1.
I don't like her in Avengers. She doesn't do much for me in Age of Ultron, but Winter Soldier's a nice back step up for her. Again, Vision is like, guys, I am fine. I always limp.
I was born with this. I think this right here, this is. I like this scene with all the females fighting. I think it's cool. Sue me.
I thought
Is
you were
that
just bashing it.
No, I like it.
Female?
Proxima Midnight, yeah.
Well,
Cool.
Jeff, I'm surprised you tried to identify her gender. That was
It's very bold of you.
But you
Yeah.
asked about it, though, so it's like you want
maybe she's not sure though yet. Maybe she's going to transition to something else.
I just go off what their driver's licenses say. Love the Hulkbuster scene here. You know what I would have loved more though? The Hulk.
The Hulk.
Hulkbuster's fine, but we're about 10 minutes too much into too much Hulkbuster.
Yeah, it's good in small doses.
Here's what he's in the Hulkbuster suit. Why is his lip bleeding? Was he eating chicken wings and bit his lip? I'm confused.
Yeah, we've all bitten our lip when we're getting really into a turkey sandwich, and you pay the price.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it. I just want to make sure that I understand why his lip is bleeding.
So I think...
Go ahead, Jeff, sorry.
Mine was kind of long, Geiger, so if you want to go first, you can.
Do you guys like Ruffalo? You guys like Ruffalo, right?
He's all right. I would have preferred Norton. I'm just saying.
The funny thing is, Ruffalo is an incredible Academy Award-winning actor, but I think some of his weaker performances are as Bruce Banner.
Yeah, I don't buy him at all. Honestly, I think Eric Bana is a way better Bruce Banner than he is.
You've been on that train for a while. I don't disagree with you.
Go back and rewatch that movie. A lot of people are like, "What? That movie sucks." Yeah, because someone told you that. Go back and rewatch that. He's actually really good.
But Ruffalo, like as an actor, I love. Go watch. Spotlight is great. Begin Again, he's incredible in. And then what's the one? Foxcatcher. He's really good in.
Yeah, he's a great actor. I just think he's kind of. I'm not saying he's mailing it in. He's not doing that. I just don't think he knows. I just don't think he has a firm grasp on.
It's unfortunate that Norton was so difficult on set to work with because
I think Norton, here's the thing: even if Norton was in the Avengers, there's no way he would have been around long enough to be in this.
No. I'm not saying they should have kept Norton. Norton's a douche, man. I love Norton, but he is a fucking douche.
He's lost so much fucking money because he won't play ball.
He's kind of like Gosling. Gosling's done the same thing.
And then he'll randomly do a Blade Runner 2049. Like, what are you doing? That's his ex-wife right there. Oh, it's Vision. Never mind.
You're like, God, someone fucking killed me, please.
Long live the Queen. Like, what? Just because you're British, you don't have to say that. This Titan fight, man, shit is really hitting the fan.
The gravitational pull is off, man.
The axis is off 8 degrees. I noticed that the second we landed.
I will say I love the use of the Iron Spider suit. I just don't like the look of the Iron Spider suit. You'll feel me?
Spider-Man, yeah. He's
just
so selfless here. Doctor Strange is like, if I could just text Rachel McAdams right now and say, I'm sorry. Because I'm about to die. Thanos is really figuring out how to use these stones.
Yeah, this is like sophomore year right here. Like freshman year, you get it. Sophomore year, you know what's up.
God, this is awesome.
This is, again, a straight rip from the Infinity Gauntlet.
100%.
Like, this image, the Russos copied exactly, which is so great.
Which I think they did a good job of copying what they could and adapting what they couldn't. Does that make sense?
I think they copied more off this than they did definitely more in Civil War or anything.
They copied nothing off of Civil War. But again, we talked about this in our Civil War commentary. Talk about that. Civil War was Civil War being told from the Steve Rogers point of view as opposed to the actual event of the Civil War. Totally different circumstances here.
This conversation, I get a comic boner every time it happens.
I get a real boner, so it's
only thing I'm cursed with is you. My only curse is you. Do you think the Miami Heat from 2007 say that to Tim Donaghy? That was the scene at Comic-Con everybody freaked out too when Thanos punches him in the face.
Again, the nanotechnology is probably one of the coolest Iron Man suits ever.
I was going to say, if you can block the Power Stone, then you fuck.
Made him bleed.
All that for a drop of blood. That's a great line.
Stark's like, I've been working on this shit for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing is, Iron Man started it. This is a fantastic, like, Iron Man is going toe-to-toe. Who started the MCU? with the MCU villain. I think we can all agree the biggest weakness the MCU has had is villains, top to bottom. And we finally actually got a fucking villain. I mean, obviously Killmonger was good. We got Loki for whatever he was, but overall, I would say villains are lacking in the MCU.
In theaters, did you guys think this was it?
I thought he was gonna die in this.
I thought he was gonna. I was honestly, for the sake of the story, I was kind of hoping he died in this movie.
I hope they remember you.
But at the end of
That
the day,
line-
I knew that they contractually he wasn't going to be dead, which sucks.
I thought he's gonna die, and I thought the next movie he's just gonna come back in a flashback or something.
This line from Strange. Who knew at the time? Doctor Strange definitely bet on Thanos here. He's like, look, I really need to cash this in.
You already covered, so just put your hand
Yeah,
out.
come on, just fucking take a knee, you animal. You're sick.
Like, I don't want you to score anymore, or I'm gonna wish I bet you outright.
Like, why would you kick a field goal up 9 with 13 seconds left? It makes no sense.
Because I'm playing NCAA 12.
Thanos, one of the few villains in history that, like, actually when he shakes hands on a deal, he does it.
Look, he's an honorable man. He's a douche, but he's definitely an honorable.
He's definitely a Eagle Scout, I think.
He's probably working on his Eagle Scout. I don't know if he's a true Eagle Scout.
Like, as if he hasn't achieved it yet.
Yeah, he's not quite there yet.
It's like, I'll put you on the thumb. Hee hee. What if he said that, like, really awkwardly?
Like super Three Stooges like.
Yeah, we know you're mad, bro. Did we just lose? Does he ask that here or when everyone starts disappearing?
I think it's when he starts disappearing.
Because they're like, he's
nope,
going.
It was right here.
Yeah, they know he's going to Wakanda with 5 Infinity Stones. What chance do any of them have? They're fucked.
This is like when I go to the bar wearing my
said
flannel
in-game there,
shirt.
What do you say, Geiger?
You said endgame there too?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where it came from.
second time. Well,
Oh,
second
okay.
time.
I thought you said it earlier.
It was in Age of Ultron too. God, this looks like Vegas when we leave. Shit just blowing up. Everything's going to shit.
A chick with special powers and boobs hanging out. Absolutely.
Some guy with his face painted red has been stabbed in the street. It's like, yep, it's a Thursday. This was so creepy. I fucking loved it. As he enters.
Did you guys like Cap's shields here on both hands?
Not really. to
I
be
didn't
honest.
either. I didn't either.
I get that he's like, fuck you, government, so he doesn't want his old shield, but I'm like, just give him an actual weapon.
I would have loved though if Stark or War Machine like threw him his shield at some point. I think that would have been cool.
This is when you walk in the party like really drunk at 2:45 a.m. They're like, dude, we were just about to shut things down.
Oh yeah?
No, you weren't.
I was just about to turn things up.
I'm like, God damn it. Shots!
Turn down for what?
We've all been there where the chick just sees right through you, right? Then you make her a mixtape and everything doesn't change.
This is when you really know Thanos is for real. Where
Yeah,
he's just like,
this dude
nope.
ain't fucking around.
Vision he's like, kill me, but first let me make some really emotional Facebook post about it.
Yeah.
And also
we have to
suck my
okay.
cock.
This guy's gonna kill me.
All right, let me make the post, and if it gets 100 likes, then we do it. All right. Also,
Remember how you said you never do anal?
yeah. If there's ever a time, Wanta. First, I understand you want me in my Sunday best. Let me morph into my sweater vest.
Would you like the blue one or the cashmere one?
Neither. I don't want either of them.
Well, you have to choose.
I'm insistent. I see your lip quivering, so I'll give you the cashmere. That wasn't why my lip was quivering.
I think Mary Kate and Ashley also never showed up on set. I mean, definitely after lunch because they don't need. But
Right. They don't want honestly, I think they're of the mindset that if they're even near a bagel, their gluten allergy acts up.
They're actually, no joke is like, all joking aside, they're actually very successful fashion designers, right?
Yeah, we know, but
I was asking.
No, I think they are, yeah. I appreciate the hustle, Winter Soldier, but after all this, why do you think a machine gun is going to do anything?
Because it's unexpected.
Groot has a good shot, though. He's like, I can summon the Earth. And I'm glad that he does use the time stone here, because everyone in theaters would have been like, why didn't he just fucking use the time stone? He just got it.
this is how I would feel if I told my wife, just break all my golf clubs so I don't play anymore.
This was in the trailer when he catches the gauntlet and kind of holds it back for a minute.
And they edited out all the stones in the trailer, so you couldn't see how many he had.
Pretty fucking cool.
He's like, this is why we squat.
Here at the Bro Force Squad, we only believe in chest day, and I think the chest did all of that.
Sure, man.
I mean, he jogs for like 5 minutes just to get loose.
Hey, you gotta get loose.
This is like her version of pepper spray. Like, get away, you fucking animal.
Rape. She's blowing her whistle.
She's like, honestly, I don't even want to touch you. I need the thing out of his forehead. You fucking pig. Do it. Geiger was in theaters like, kill him.
Yeah, Geiger's the only person in theaters that's clapping right now. He's like,
I was high-fiving the 8-year-old next to me.
And he's like crying. It's like, what's wrong, little bitch?
I really thought Thanos was going to rip it out of his head, though. That's what I wanted, but whatever.
He does.
Geiger, you wanted that in the first scene of the show.
It's like Geiger doesn't know what happens in 1 minute and 5 seconds.
I can't remember. I've only seen this once.
Well, he just got the time stone, so he wants to fuck around with it. Like, let's play DJ Diddles with this and see what happens.
He's got to figure out how to use it.
He recognizes her perfume, though. He's like, I bought that for my ex-wife 2 years ago.
I remember that smell.
God.
It's intoxicating.
He's like, all right, let's time stone it up, bitches.
So he doesn't, because he has a gauntlet, he doesn't have to use the spell that Doctor Strange used in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, there's a way to just like get the stone to roll. Remember when Doctor Strange was doing that shit with the apple in his movie?
Yeah, but he was using a spell, I thought.
Oh, I thought he was just using the stone.
I don't know. Maybe.
That's 6 weeks.
She'll walk it off. And he's like,
fine.
all right, now I want to rip it out of your fucking forehead.
So Vision is like dead, right? He's not coming back in Endgame.
Yeah, he's done.
There's no way, right?
Yeah, because he wasn't.
Throws them all.
That's what everyone said about David Wright, and they were correct. Yeah, actually. So what has Thor been doing this whole time?
Look, he's been getting his Mac on.
Probably, right?
He's doing push-ups.
Hemsworth? No.
Now, if it was Liam Hemsworth, maybe.
How dare you? He's the third most talented after seeing the third one in Westworld. I firmly believe that.
I firmly believe that after recently rewatching the Hunger Games series.
Yeah, he's not too good in that either.
It's awful. What if they made out right here?
They probably did in a blooper, right? They had to have.
There's a sexual tension that's being emitted, and it's palpable.
You can cut it with a butter knife.
Absolutely. It has a taste to it.
Nom, 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 nom.
Ugh. Now, real quick, if you can put yourself back, right when he did the snap, what did you think was
I had
gonna happen?
no idea what was going on.
I had no clue either.
I was so confused.
Because in the comics, they just wiped them out instantly.
So here's where I think a lot of people I think a lot of people like this movie, but they don't necessarily understand this movie. And I think this is where that comes into play.
That's the movie's responsibility, though, I think.
I agree, but I also think you can't take this movie by itself. It's very similar to the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie and the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie. They're one fucking movie that they had to break up into two because of time.
See, I wish I knew those movies better.
This movie is not done. This story is not done. Endgame is going to finish this story. You can't watch one without the other.
Gamora's like, Dad? He's like, well, no, not really.
But you can call me Daddy.
Actually murdered your father and I raped your mother, but yeah, I mean, you can call me Dad, I guess.
But you and I are good. I want to be a role model in your life. Unless you need that sort of angst to be successful. That looks like your VHS player when you've like tried to rewind too quickly. The gauntlet. I love how Hemsworth's hair is still fucked up from when Stan Lee cut it on Sakaar. Where'd he go? Oh, like you want another piece? Come on. This is all your friends. They've had too many shots. They're just passing out at the bar. What's happening? I kind of liked how the score, they basically tone it down. There's like no music. They want you to just feel this. Which one did you feel the most? I think Peter with Tony was the one that I got most emotional about.
I mean, I didn't really feel any of them because they're all coming back, but I'd rather him just kill them.
You know what I'm mad about?
What?
Conveniently, the original Avengers all survive.
Is it convenient?
I think it's stupid.
Or is there a reason for that?
I'm sure there's a reason, and
Black
I'm sure
Panther died, and there's going to be a Black Panther 2. Spider-Man's about to disintegrate, and there's going to be another Spider-Man movie. I thought he should have just killed him, but they don't have Professor X to bring him back, so.
But are they dead?
No.
I mean, like, were they dead or did they go inside of the Soul Stone?
Probably the Soul Stone. They're not dead.
Yeah, it depends. Have you read the comics or have you not?
Titan literally actually does look like like in This Is the End when they're in Los Angeles and it's all being burnt to the ground. That's what it looks like. I would say one of the rare times that we don't have.
It just looks like Oakland, like today.
On Tuesday.
After the Raiders won their third game of the year, people are
Yeah.
like, you know what? That's excuse enough to burn a cop car. Fuck it. There goes all Dave Bautista's acting talent into the wind.
You know what's funny is he didn't want to be Drax in Guardians 2 because he didn't like his role.
Oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up.
I'm not even kidding. He almost didn't want to be Drax anymore because he read the script of Guardians 2 and was like, no, I don't like what they're doing with this character.
Him and God damn it, Jeff, what's that movie called with Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling? Blade Runner.
Blade Runner
If
2049.
he's in Blade Runner, he actually thinks that he is an actor. Like he thinks that.
He doesn't realize he's in 4 minutes of it. This was the one that got me the most.
Yeah, I get
If you've
this.
seen Homecoming, you know how much he just wants to.
He wants a
help
dad.
Tony's- Yeah, he needs a father figure since Uncle Ben's gone.
That
And,
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
Downey Jr. has already
felt.
fucked Marissa Tomei, so I mean it makes sense.
Yeah, that is totally crazy how they had that scene in Civil War and like that was when he was filming who's the fucking silent film actor that he played? Who's the most famous silent film actor?
Charlie
I know who you're
Chaplin?
talking about.
Chaplin.
Yeah,
him and
Charlie
Marissa
Chaplin.
Tomei were in Chaplin and they were dating at the time. Who would have thought that we'd talk about Chaplin at the very end of Avengers?
Over
Infinity?
under point half.
I would have thought that. Absolutely.
Just a matter of time. It's not if, it's when.
That's
The
why I couldn't
CGI
come up
right
with
here
the
is
guy's
not
name.
that great.
Yeah, Hulkbuster looks a little rough.
Even War Machine looks rough.
I really have to pee, but like I know we're close to the end.
I had to go. I couldn't hold it any longer a minute ago.
I'm trying to think what all we have left. It's Thanos. He already went to the Soul World.
Yeah, we got maybe 5-10 minutes.
What's this?
I do like how this movie ends on a downer, which is probably the only Marvel movie that does that.
But that's because the movie doesn't really. Again,
Unless you can. Also, real quick, from the end game, you can see the armor as a scarecrow right here, which is another direct nod to the comics. Unless you count Iron Man 3, just because it was so fucking shitty as ending on a downer.
it's not that bad.
It's horrendous.
It's not.
Home Alone 3 is head and tails better.
Wow, you check yourself.
Scarlett Johansson's in Home Alone 3, by the way.
What if the villain from Iron Man 3 comes back and Thanos is like, I don't have time to know if you are or are not the Mandarin, so I'm just going to kind of kill you.
What are you, like a fucking stage actor? He's like, yes, isn't it funny? Yeah, it's real funny that you took a shit on everyone's favorite Iron Man villain. Thank you.
Guys, that was Avengers Infinity War.
Infinity War?
Infinity War.
That's not what you said.
That's what I said. Infinity War.
Great to disagree.
Any last thoughts? I'll go first. I enjoyed it. I am excited to see the second half of this movie called Avengers Endgame. I'm drunk.
Yeah, you forgot what it was called.
I did forget what it was called. The Mayor. What do you think of this movie? Any last thoughts?
Yeah, this provided me some incredibly nostalgic moments as a child. I had one of the time of my lives in the theaters. Is it a perfect movie? No, it's definitely not. But this is why we go to the movie theaters, man, for this stuff that makes us remember the things we loved as kids and lets us see them on screen with incredible actors. So I had a blast. I'm really pumped for Endgame, and also even more than that, I really have to pee.
Enforcer, you're peeing as we speak. Can you any last thoughts on the
You can
movie?
multitask.
Yeah, I was still looking at Alexander Dario's tits from about 2 hours ago when we mentioned her. So, yeah, it's awesome. Great job, everyone.
Great job to her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, kudos to
She's
her.
she's not even in this. I don't give a fuck.
What do you mean she's not in this?
And everyone knows the post-credit scene is a Captain Marvel nod, so we don't have to stay through that.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm not excited about Captain Marvel, but it is what it is. Guys, we've been the Bro Force Squad podcast. Go ahead and just Google us, Bro Force Squad podcast. What?
Also Google Alexander Dario's tits too.
Yeah, Google open a separate one. Google Alexander Daddario's tits.
Then
and
put a
come
link
back.
in a comment to our YouTube page, as well as subscribe to us on there and on iTunes. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at BroForceSquad. www.broforcesquad.com. Till next time, I'm the Mad Scientist. I am the Mad Scientist for the mayor himself and our enforcer in the paint. You might as well just write a letter to our legal counsel. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Beat it, Squidward.
He does look like Squidward.
Absolutely. That's why the line works so well. We got in one take.
That was awesome. I love the little sizzle, too. Yeah, that was good stuff.
I'm glad we got it in one take because I'd have to chug the beer and get another one if we did.
God forbid.
Jeez, that would suck.
And the Surgeon General said that's not good for you.